Hi guys, how is it going? Welcome to the stream. I am so excited to play this game on the stream. I've played it once before, but I want to do it again, and I want to platinum it live on stream because I haven't done that. It's amazing. So let's get stuck straight in. Marlin, hello. Chloe, hello. Titan, early crew, boom. Let me know, by the way, how the sound levels are. Now, it's got quite a kind of quiet, ambient style of music, so don't worry about the kind of music at first. That probably will be quiet. But it's got really cool voice acting for the kind of the story. So that's when you'll know that's when you'll know if it's too quiet or not, if you can't hear the voice acting. Playing it on PS4 Titan. It was on sale not long ago, which is when I got it for half price. So I've been kind of wanting to get it for a while, and then it was half price, and I thought, hey, I'll get it. So we're starting a brand new game, going for the platinum. It's kind of like, think like kind of Metroid, and it's not the sun rising, but our sins. Think kind of Metroid, Hollow Knight, that kind of game, but more of a like Castlevania, creepy, religious style. It's 2D and it's kind of.
My guilt. I claim you grievous miracle. Make my chest hurt with regret. Forge your punishment and nail it deep. Shake my guilt once again.
Nice little introduction. Yeah, so it's quite kind of like old school religious gore. It's quite an unusual setting. I don't think I've ever played a game that's like this. And it's cool to have, different settings from the norm.
And thus, guilt, repentance, mourning, and every pain of the soul of all kind were visibly and tangibly manifested everywhere and in all of us. Sometimes in the form of blessing and grace, sometime in the form of punishment and corruption. That divine will, equally pious and cruel, which we could not and will never be able to unravel, was called the miracle.
Yeah, so it's one of those games, kind of like Dark Souls, where it doesn't go. There's a lot of like lore and story to this, but it doesn't kind of just throw it all at you. A lot of the lore is in, like, if you want to go read the item descriptions and look it up online and that kind of thing. Obviously, you kind of, you'll have a rough idea what's going on just by playing it, but I imagine there's a lot more to look into if you read it. If you like read up on it. I just haven't. L1. So yeah, as I say, think like kind of Castlevania, like Metroid, Hollow Knight, that kind of thing. So L1 is like our kind of health flask. We can slide. This is our kind of like sliding, dodging kind of you can like. It's basically like a dodge in Dark Souls. You can kind of dodge through enemies. We can swipe. We can jump. We can hang around. Drop down through floors, just like Cuphead. Yeah, it's so good, honestly. And it's kind of, so it's got a kind of, these are like shrines. They're kind of like save points, basically. So, like a bonfire or whatever. If you die, you go back to the last time that you've kind of rested at one of those. That's like such a kind of common mechanic now. And they don't mess about. They throw you straight into a boss fight. Thankfully, not too hard of one. Ah! He says he gets whacked. Yeah, so I mean, as I say, this is quite like a simple boss fight. I guess they just want you to kind of learn the mechanics. So you can slide underneath them. You can slide through some enemies, but I don't think you can, like, if they're massive like this, I don't think you can slide through them. I mean, we are absolutely battering this, but it is like a pretty simple tutorial style boss. Right. I'm guessing that you guys did not hear the could you guys hear the you know, the voice acting at the intro? I really hope you could. I've turned the game up a little bit so that hopefully you won't miss any more. But yeah, I really love this kind of like I really love the like the kind of gruesome the style. I don't know. It's unusual. It gets weird because some of the things in this. Yeah, let's smash that little switch, open the gates. Yes, it gets pretty unusual at times. Right, let's see if we can hear this guy.
Fretful be the heart, penitent one. The anguish of the eldest brother has now come to an end.
Oh, I forgot I've got to press X.
I am Deo Gracias, witness to and narrator of the acts of the grievous miracle. Such is my penance, as yours is silence. The cradle of affliction is what you seek. This can be found in the mother of mothers of the churches.
What the hell is that? Got a rope for a face.
It is a remote place separated from the rest of these lands by a great sacred and forbidden door. Even a wise penitent like me knows nothing of what lies beyond those high walls. However, what I do know is that, according to the rule, one must carry out the 3 humiliations to gain access to what they guard. One of them must be performed in the high mountains, covered in thick blankets of snow and ice. Another in the depths of a dark, entombed church where the sleeper lies. And the last one, at the end of the trail, carved by moans that claw their way out of an iron spiral. It take this thorn and place it on the handle of your sword. If, when the time comes, as you grip your weapon firmly, you notice that it wounds you and makes you bleed. Having grown, with more thorns sprouting from it, writhing over the figure of the father carved into the knob, that will mean that you are at the mercy of the grievous miracle.
Hey, cheers for subscribing, Alex. Welcome to the channel, dude.
Or its forgiveness.
We have acquired the thorn. So yeah, if you're not big on dialogue, then count yourself lucky that that's basically, we've probably already experienced like 50% of the dialogue in the whole game now. Like you know, it starts with a bit of a kind of an introduction, but it's not like, I feel like it's, like I said, it's kind of similar to Dark Souls in that it's not, it doesn't heavily force the story on you. The story's there, but you don't have to kind of get it all. Yeah, this is just teaching us the basic mechanics. Square is attack, R1 is like it's block, or if you press it just at the right time, it's parry, or you get smacked in the face with the wheel because you don't press it at the right time. But yeah, so it's got a parry mechanic like a lot of games have these days. It's very, you know, it is quite. Oh, bloody, I'm getting battered here. Trying to show, too busy trying to show how to do the parries. But yeah, quite like, I actually do parries in this because they're quite, you know, the timing of them is not too bad. Usually the timing, like, I can't parry in Dark Souls at all. Garbage at it. And this is our very first spell. Oh wow, did Chloe bring you over? Thank you, Chloe, for bringing Alex over. Yes, this is the first of many spells that we can equip. You can only equip one at a time, but it's kind of up to you which one you want to equip. There's all kinds of stuff in the menu, like different quest items, different relics, upgrades, and different like things you can equip to basically like, you know, boost your defense, boost your magic, boost your attack, all that kind of stuff. But here's our spell. So the red bar top left is our health. The blue one below it is like magic power, and so and that's used up when we do spells. It is not Mortal Shell, no. What? Were you expecting Mortal Shell? But yeah, so you press L2. That is the spell. It's pretty juicy. That is the one we've just learned there, and that's, to be fair, the one that I'll probably use for a large portion of the game. It's just so good. But you don't get a huge amount of, like, as you see, the kind of, our magic bar is kind of broken up into 3 portions, and each time I kind of cast that spell, it costs 1 oh Jesus, I fell down. Each time you cast a spell, it costs you kind of 1 portion of your, god damn. Yeah, so we are going to be going to platinum this, by the way, which is going to be real fun. It's going to be, like, there's not, oh yeah, those little babies in cages are odd. And what the hell am I doing, man? I was gonna be all like, oh, a pro at this game. I'm not a pro at the game, but I'm okay. But I'm not making it look like I'm okay. Yeah, it's the same, but yeah, same kind of concept. See those little red, well, I did previously have little red flasks under my magic bar. Now they're not red anymore because I've drank from them. They're basically your health flasks. Every time you rest somewhere, they get refilled. Just like Dark Souls. Hello, Sans.
And my ornate throne turns.
Oh, I know, Alex. I know. Long dialogue at the start. It's fine now. We're in the action. Have you played it, Moldy? Because I hadn't even heard this. By the way, they're just showing us the map. It's simple, just press the touchpad on the PS4 pad, you get the map. So yeah, it's very kind of, obviously that's quite linear because we've just started the game, but the map is very kind of Super Metroid. There's another little chance to rest. So yeah, there's the platinum should be, I've had a kind of little look into it because I didn't want to mess it up. I wanted to get my first platinum on stream.
Penitent one. Welcome to Albero. Sanctuary to this humble brotherhood of the kissers of wounds. Few remain.
I'll give you a summary now, Mom.
Still employed, but Tirso is my name. There are few of us who still care for the sick and ailing. With devout kisses, we bless the wounds of those who seek our protection. Thus both we and they remain at the mercy of the miracle. Time outside these walls passes by strangely. In sundowns we need not contemplate. But if your penance happens to carry you under set skies, be so kind as to bring us some ingredients for our ointments.
Hello.
The will in the miracle shall show you which ones they are.
Yeah, so this guy is basically looking after a bunch of sick dudes, and you know, he's probably responsible for the quest that I have the best chance of failing. So I'm really careful to not screw it up. That's what's called a Rosary Bead. So we can equip at the moment. You can see on the kind of right hand side, 2 of those kind of boxes are lit up, and the rest of them aren't. So I've only got 2 slots available to put kind of power-ups into them. So that one increases this. It says skull of a bird drilled as a collet. Its apparent frailness slightly strengthens the penitent one's defenses. I'm the penitent one, by the way. It's very religious. So yeah, I only have kind of slots to put 2 items on myself at the moment. As you kind of gather upgrades and stuff, you can unlock more slots. No worries, Sans, no worries. I have barely played any of the Tomb Raider games, Titan. I've played the very first one, like the very first one, on PC years ago. And I played one that I can't even remember what it was. They're just like collectibles that you'll find throughout the game. Obviously, we're trying to 100% the game, so all of these things are... I need them all. Whether I... even some of them are just kind of worthless little collectibles. Some of them are genuinely really good power-ups and stuff. I need them all, even if I don't necessarily... they're not particularly useful. Yeah, so I've barely played a Tomb Raider game, to be honest. I played the first one, and I played... I had like a little go of another one that was, I think it came free on PS Plus or something. So I had a little go of it and got bored pretty quick, to be honest. I don't know, like, I feel like they're quite, I mean, from what I've seen, they're quite like Uncharted games. And I wasn't that massive a fan of Uncharted, to be honest. It was alright, but it wasn't brilliant. Ah, god damn it. I don't need to parry this guy. I mean, well, I kind of need to parry him because he's got a shield. I could just jump over his head or whatever. You know, you don't need to kill every enemy. But as you can see in the top right-hand corner, we've got a number kind of slowly going up. It's kind of the equivalent of souls in Dark Souls. Every time you kill an enemy, you get more of these. I don't even know what they're called. I don't even know if it ever tells you what the name of them is. But whatever, you get these like points every time you kill enemies, and obviously you get loads of points when you kill a boss, stuff like that. And you're going to need them to kind of unlock upgrades and all that kind of thing. So you don't want to, you don't want to go through the game just like skipping out every enemy, or you're going to end up being really weak, just like, you would in an RPG or something. New Tomb Raider is very similar, but with more emphasis on combat over the Uncharted style. Yes, I was not a big fan. I played a couple of the Uncharted games, and I wasn't a big fan of just the style of kind of climbing around. And like, just the kind of... It's just like... it's just like climb, like... Everything's just kind of like it makes you feel like it tries to trick you into thinking that you've got some control over the game, but really... You're just jumping to a bunch of like pre-planned jumps, aren't you? Ovula of Proclamation. And I chopped this tree down, which has opened up a beautiful shortcut. I don't know if you can remember, we were just here a second ago. But yeah, oh, don't mess that up. That was what put me off. Yeah, well, what ended up making me get Fallen Order was the fact that people said, "Oh, the combat's quite like Dark Souls," and I knew going in that it was. I knew they weren't saying this is Dark Souls, but just the kind of, the combat sounded a bit more kind of complex. Gonna have a little chug on one of my flasks. Wait for it. I've got to say, by the way, if you're not very good at parrying in the likes of Dark Souls, you'll be glad to know that the kind of the timing for parrying in this is so generous. You don't have to be a pro to be able to parry. How dare you! Throwing rocks in my face. You don't have to be a pro to be able to parry in this. Yeah, I mean, it's an indie game, Chloe, so, they always obviously get less kind of, notoriety and whatever. They're less well known. But it's really good. I mean, there's a lot of really, really good indie games. There's a lot of TQ times where you can do that, by the way. Just like attack someone. I think you can do that in Hollow Knight as well, where you can kind of like attack someone through the floor. And I will take any cheese that's available if I can somehow abuse the system, because they'll do it to me as well. They'll they'll repay the favor. They'll attack me any way they possibly can. If I can find some sneaky way to attack them, like where they can't attack me, then I'll use it. Yeah, I heard Mortal Shell was like Dark Souls, and then I heard it was pretty good from what like the person I spoke to had only kind of not long started it. So yeah, as you can kind of see, it's opening up. So I really like the map. You can already see that kind of basically on the map, if the lines, if the edges around the room are like hard edges, then that's like the end, you know, that's kind of a dead end. You can't go any further that way. But if you see at the very bottom, there's like a hole there, that just means, you know, there is an exit out of that room that you haven't used yet. Hello, Ace, how's it going? Is it, you've played Dark Souls, haven't you, Moldy? How does it match up for difficulty? I am looking for, yeah, so that's what I was trying to say. The one thing where I could potentially screw up the platinum is that that guy at the very start who's kind of healing the sick. He wants me to, you know, he asked me to bring him a bunch of items, and it's really I've got to say a couple of the quests in this. If I've got one complaint about this game, and it's a very small complaint, a couple of the side quests are like nuts. They're like, and a couple, like just a couple of the kind of, there's a couple of really like obscure things where it's like, you know, to open this chest, go up and down the lift 6 times in a row. And just like, you know, just like mental stuff that you would never in a million years do. Oh.
Sister of mine, as I foretold you, someone is heading towards the Forbidden Gate. Someone who seeks the purge and excommunication of all that is sacred and rests there. No, no, do not place your doubts on me. I am ready.
Oh, I love spaghetti sons. Love it. I think I've gone the wrong way. Oh, have I? No, I haven't. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I mean, it's a metroidvania, so that's what I was going to explain. Oh, yeah, this is the mechanic I'll tell you about. We haven't kind of really come across it yet, but standing at one of these things, it says, you are rid of guilt. So, every time you die, you basically get some guilt. And what that really means is that your maximum magic points decrease by some. And you can kind of increase your maximum magic points back to its full size by finding your, like, by basically going back to the place where you died. Again, exactly like Hollow Knight, exactly like Dark Souls, all those kind of things. Go back, collect your souls, that kind of thing. There's also a lot of hidden walls. I'm going to be stabbing walls a lot because there are a lot of hidden walls with hidden things behind it. Hidden goodies. There we go. I don't like these guys at the oh, they mean business. They do some serious damage, and they can come at you from miles away. I love the music. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it because it is quite like, it's quite kind of subtle. Do you know what? Actually, let's make use of the magic spell that I was showing off just before. As I say, that kind of, you fill your magic meter by hurting enemies, so it's good to just kind of, you know, you should basically use your magic a lot because it's good, and you know, you'll get a chance to refill it regularly if you keep killing stuff like this. Boom! I'm just gonna cheese them. They cannot even reach me. So yeah, what that magic spell basically does is it just fires 2 bolts of lightning in both directions, left and right, and it can go up walls and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, again, this is, you know, there's so much I love about this game. Open that there. If you remember, we've basically just gone full circle. So we came out of here like 2 minutes ago. We saved here at the little shrine. We came out of there, went round, came back out this door, all so that we could open this. Oh, well, not the whole purpose wasn't for this, but now we've opened that gate, and therefore, you know, if we were to die, we'll come back alive at the shrine, and instead of having to go through that door to the right and go doing that all again, we've opened up a shortcut. So yeah, it's the kind of, no worries, Titan, I'll see you later, dude. Hello, Heshla, how's it going, man? Yeah, so they're very good with kind of, you know, opening up like shortcuts. Once you've kind of, you know, once you've earned the shortcuts, they'll give you it. They won't make you redo the same stuff over and over again non-stop. So again, closed gate, switch on the other side of it. We're going to go through here. Eventually we'll kind of work our way around, unlock that shortcut, and then if we do happen to die along the way, it won't be so painful to find our way back. Now we're coming up against magical beasts who are firing fireballs at us. But yeah, like, so this is, I mean, if people are put off by the fact that they think this might be hard or whatever, I would say that I just don't think it is that hard. Don't get me wrong, some of the boss fights are, and you know, I've played this once before, so I'm quite, you know, I at least have some experience. But even my first time, it's not that hard. It's not the easiest game in the world. You know, the character in this game looks rather like Pyramid Head in Silent Hill. I have not played Silent Hill. I've heard of Pyramid Head, but I've never seen what he looks like. I mean, I can imagine he's got a bit of a triangular head. Right, so we have unlocked a secret chest, but the price of doing that was that we were locked in here until we can fight our way out. Whoa! Yeah, and like all good Metroidvanias, we'll kind of, you know, we'll unlock abilities as we go, so we'll eventually gain sort of like a double jump. Not quite a double jump. We'll unlock the ability to like climb on different things. We'll unlock like wall climbing and stuff. You know, it's got all the trademarks of a classic Metroidvania, and it's got some really cool boss fights. Like, I can't wait to show you some of the boss fights that are in this. It's absolutely mad. Like, because I think because they went with this kind of like really religious theme, it means, oh, I just got speared. They've went with this really kind of like, when I say religious, I mean like, I guess it's quite like, you know, they've gone like real Old Testament on it, you know. Like, there's some pretty mad bosses, that I'll say that much. You'll see very soon, because none of the areas are that long kind of thing. You know, it's like a lot of these games like Dark Souls and stuff. You do a small area, you face a boss. You do a small area, face a boss, and you keep doing that. And it's good because I love boss fights. Stabby stab, indeed. Yeah, so we worked our way through there. Now we can smash the switch, and boom, we've opened up ourselves a shortcut. And I am actually going to take advantage of this shortcut right now, because you can see, obviously, I've used my 2 flasks along the way. So I haven't got any, like, if I get hurt, I've got no way of topping up my health. So I'm going to go back to my shrine, top up my flasks, and bam, we don't have to kind of troll through all those rooms that we just trolled through, because I've opened up the shortcuts. And I believe, if my memory, my memory's not good, but if I'm right, that I think we're getting, oh, hello. I didn't even know this was here. What are you? A small bead of red wax. Yeah, there's a lot of collectibles in this. Some of them, yeah, so as you can see, the map is not so linear anymore. It's going to go up, down, left, right, all over the place. There's going to be elevators. I really like the map, and it's really kind of like, I think it's nicely laid out. I mean, you can't see it yet because we haven't discovered a lot, but there's a nice key. It's clear where the shrines are. You know, everything's really kind of well marked and stuff. So that's what I was going to show. So we've got a bunch of these kind of things that we can add on. So we've already got that one. Now we've only got 2 slots, remember. We can unlock more slots later, but for now we've only got 2 slots. So we've currently got the Dove Skull, which increases our defense a little bit. We could have the Uvula of Proclamation. When it's equipped, you have a chance of earning Tears of Atonement. Oh, that's what they're called, Tears of Atonement. That's basically like souls. So there's a chance of doing that when you smash up like the chandeliers and stuff that are hanging around the castle. Or, yeah, I guess it's a castle. Or small bead of red wax. Prayers muttered in its presence slightly strengthen the vitality of the wearer. Okay, I'll go with that. So it sounds like I never even got this on my first playthrough. That's why I was shocked when I found that wall. It sounds like when I cast the spell, I'm gonna get some of my health back. I'll put that to the test in a second. I'm doing good, Sans, doing good. I've been proper excited to play this. Like, I honestly, like, I only got it, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. and I proper love it already. So this is one of the many merchants in the game.
Behold what I present to you, trust me.
We've got a key for 400. So yeah, that number in the top right, it's our currency for pretty much, again, like Hollow Knight, it's the currency for pretty much everything. It's how you buy stuff in shops. It's how you pay for upgrades. It's how you pay for everything. Luckily, one thing I did discover, which is quite nice to know. I mean, I will eventually have to buy all of these because obviously we're going for the 100%, but I can't afford them right now. Is it only on PS4? No, it's definitely on PS4. Obviously, it's definitely on Steam. I'm pretty sure it's on Switch. Don't know about Xbox. Moldy might know. Moldy is Mr. Xbox. Yeah, it has. It's got like a I haven't played Symphony of the Night, but I've seen what it looks like. Oh my god, I'm getting smashed about the place here. Oh Jesus, fireballs, spikes, everything. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff in this. There's like, you know, there's going to be platforming bits. There's going to be dodging. There's going to be cool boss fights. There's going to be a lot of enemies. These guys are dead easy. These are like the weirdest enemies ever. Usually you can't just kind of stand toe-to-toe with an enemy and just spam attack. Because, you know, as much as you attack them, they will attack you back. These ones, for some reason, like whenever you hit them, you stun them. So if you just keep attacking, they just keep getting stunned. And that's it. They won't do anything. I'm gonna hide over here. I'm gonna be cheeky monkey. Because he stabs down with that guy. So if you're on the ledge above him, then he basically can't hit you. Honestly, it's really good. Like, if you like these kind of games, like, because one of my favorite games ever is Hollow Knight. I proper love it. And if you like those kind of games, yeah, I just don't think it gets much better than this. This really is, I think, as good as it gets with those kind of games. Oh, ghosty. So this is going pretty well so far. Well, let's put this to the test, actually. Okay, that's not true. I thought that using my magic was going to top up my health, but it didn't. So I might just that's usually what a game means by vitality, right? Health. I'm going to switch it up to the one that basically gives you souls. Or Tears of Atonement. Tears of Atonement for when I smash things up. Because just like in Castlevania, there's a lot of chandeliers lying around that are just begging to be smashed up. Oh, cheeky. Another little... The only thing that isn't marked on the map, by the way, is these obviously secret passages, because that would be they wouldn't be very secret if they were marked on the map. Once you've unlocked them. Oh, I remember this room. This was interesting. Obviously once you've unlocked the room, then it appears on your map. Drop down. I remember this being a troublesome room, and naturally, because as you can see, because it's a it's a secret place, which means that everything here is optional. We are literally just here. I shouldn't have done this. I'm not ready for these shenanigans. I'm only here to get that orb in the corner. I don't need to do this right now. Or, I mean, if you were just playing the game... Damn it. First death of the night. Excommunicatus. Or whatever it says. Back to our shrine. Press R2 to dodge. Yeah, alright, thanks. Jeez. Rubbing it in. No worries, sons, no worries. But yeah, if you like stuff like Hollow Knight and maybe Symphony of the Night, you'll probably like this. Yeah, so as you can kind of see, you might have to look closely, that there's kind of like a little, where my magic bar is, there's kind of like a little, like a bit of barbed wire at the far right end of it. And that is because my maximum magic points have now been reduced by, I don't know, like 10% or something. They've got a little bit smaller. Until I go and collect. Oh god, I've got to go through this again. Right, I will see if I can speed through this. Yeah, I was thinking about trying Symphony of the Night because, you know, I've heard so many people say so many good things about it. Ah! You can't afford, just like Dark Souls, you can't really, or at least at the start of the game, you can't really afford to get hit that much. And you know, at the, again, like Dark Souls, you don't start off with that many flasks. You don't start off with much health. The enemies always hit pretty hard, no matter what stage of the game you're at, really. So yeah, I'd say that's probably some of the hardest bits. At least if you're a newcomer, some of the hardest bits are probably going to be at the start, where you're just like, oh Jesus, I can't survive more than a couple of hits. If you explore, it's a game that really rewards you for exploring. If you explore, you'll be rewarded well, because exploring is what's going to increase the size of your magic bar, it's going to increase the size of your health bar, it's going to increase the strength of your weapon, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you try and like speedrun it and don't do any exploring, you're going to get punished. Like, you really want to take, you know, you don't even have to take your time. It's not a terribly hard game to explore. But, you know, do explore, otherwise you shall be punished. God. Magic. Oh! Look at this. Oh, no! I was almost killed them without getting a hit there. Yeah, so that the R2 button is like the dodge mechanic. Oh. Right, so as much as I don't really want to go back this way, because it's kind of optional and a bit hard, you know, I could very well do this later, but my kind of like death sign is now down here, so if I don't come back here, then I'm basically leaving, you know, I'm going to be, my maximum magic will be less forever until I come back and collect it, basically. See, look at this. I'm going to be really cheeky and smash them through the wall. There's lots of opportunities like this. And I don't think this is cheap. This is perfectly fine. This is a game mechanic. You know? It works both ways. Enemies can hurt me through walls sometimes. So if they can do it to me, I'm going to do it back. Yeah, I heard about that. Like, I don't even think I've ever heard of that. Right, here we go. So now, once we basically, you can see the gate kind of poking out the ceiling. Once we cross that line, gate's going to close. We're going to have to kill a bunch of enemies or die. At least this time we've got full health and our magic, which I'm going to unleash. And... Whoa! And, what was the other thing I was going to say? A flask. That's what we've got. We've got a flask. We've got full health. Boom. My magic took out those two guys. And this guy's a joke. Like, he's so easy because you kind of knock him back each time you hurt him. The only time he becomes troublesome, we've absorbed our kind of thing. The only time he becomes troublesome, or an empty bile flask. Yeah, so I keep calling them Estus because I guess people will know what that means from a Dark Souls point of view. Those flasks that heal our, that, you know, refill our health are called bile flasks. Sounds lovely. A flask of bile. And so what I've just done is discover an empty bile flask. And so if I go to the right place, which I will do when I find one, I'll be able to use that bile flask to, I'll be able to basically add to my collection. So I'll have 3 bile flasks instead of 2, and you can upgrade to about 8 or something. So this lady is going to offer her assistance in the boss fight that we are about to do.
Have I been entrusted with watching over you, penitent one. Thus it has been arranged.
Are you telling me you haven't chugged a flask of poo, Moldy?
My
So I
name
do
is
one yellow on
Viridel.
health.
I have been granted a gift with which I can assist you in carrying your burden if required. But only you can make that choice.
Yeah, I've played every single Zelda game. Every single Zelda game that's on a console, I've played. And I've played a couple of the handheld ones as well. I've played Link's Awakening, A Link Between Worlds, Minish Cap, and all of the console ones. Like, literally, like... Oh, okay, no, I haven't played Zelda 1. But I've played Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, the whole shebang.
Penitent one inside.
Yeah, so she is, for those who have played Dark Souls before, she's kind of like a Solaire. So she will offer to help you if you want. You can say no if you don't want the help. I'm taking the help for 2 reasons. Well, actually, I'm taking the help for 1 reason. Because I need it for like 100% completion. You basically have to get her to help you. As you know, if you get her to help you 3 times throughout the game, then she gives you like a special spell, and you need that for the 100% completion. So even though I don't really need her assistance, and her assistance is, I'll show you in a second when we go in, a bouquet of time. These, by the way, are little fast travel, as you can probably guess. Those are little like fast travel teleporty things. This is how we upgrade our sword. There's, I think, 7 of these shrines in the whole game. Every time you find one, your sword gets a little bit stronger.
Penitent one, you who carry the painful guilt in your cracked hands. Lend it to us and alleviate our burden. Lend it to us and wipe away our tears. Because it is an act
It is
of
creepy,
penitence.
this game, at times. I mean, this first boss we're about to face is not that creepy, but the other 2 bosses, we'll probably do at least 2 more bosses tonight, and those other 2 bosses that we'll see tonight are very creepy. The virtue of mea culpa hath ascended. So we can, yeah, so from these shrines we can go and basically act. So this is where we can spend, one of the places where we can spend our like tiers or whatever they're called, our points to unlock new abilities. So that one, the penitent one performs a 4th combo finisher attack. So normally it just goes like 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of the combo. Getting that, which is 2,000, which I can't afford, would make it go 1, 2, 3, and then he ends with like a big smash. But we can't afford it. It is quite a good thing, but we can't get it. That's trash. That's basically like a charge attack. Like you hold down square and then release it, and then it does a really strong attack. But I mean, we're gonna get all these eventually anyway because you need to for the 100% completion. But the penitent one takes advantage of the dodge impulse to thrust mea culpa at the enemies furthest away. Oh, I can't afford it. So what that would do is, see where I'm kind of sliding now? You'd slide and swing your sword at the same time. It's really cool. We do definitely have a separate playlist just for Twilight Princess. Definitely. I'm very like OCD about my playlists. Yeah, hello Future Gaming. How's it going, man? Yeah, this game is so good. It really is. Like, I think so anyway. If you love Metroidvanias, then I think you'll like it. A bouquet of time.
Merciful be, penitent one. With your contribution, the work of this brotherhood carries on.
Oh, I'm the same, Marlon. I am addicted to skill trees. I love them. Like, you know, even Horizon Zero Dawn had like a quite a simple one, but it was still a skill tree. Should be high up on your list then. Is there a skill tree in it? I mean, not that that's not that that's a requirement. I mean, it sounds like I should play it anyway. We've gone into some other realm. When you go into this fountain, you go into some other realm, and you can give certain items to this god to be blessed, and it turns it into another item. I just happen to know which items they are, but
they believe me
God knows how you would actually know yourself.
And the only thing I granted to their prayers was the saltpeter that runs through the stark land and rises through our bodies.
That is some mad commitment, Sans.
The punishment of the miracle for the false idol is to grant them false holiness. Do not try to obtain my name, for it is also covered in salt.
Yeah, I think he's called like the Lord of Salt or something.
Bring me anything that can be blessed, so you might crush this fate of mine and let me cross to the other side of this false dream.
Now we're gonna give him the linen cloth that the dude
Behold
just gave us.
the linen cloth that soaks the sweat of fevers, of thoughts, of dreamt sins. A tool that obtains secret and forbidden confessions, even from those who already departed to the other side of the dream. In the name of the High Wills, I bless this relic. Watch over it, for it is now pure and sacred.
The Shroud of Dreamt Sins. So yeah, we've got our first relic. There's not many relics in the whole game. You're allowed to equip 3 at any one time. I wanted to get this one quite early because it's linked to it's linked to an achievement. Basically, when you're wearing that shroud, it allows you to talk to dead people. And I don't know if there's any around here. There'll be some soon. You quite often see dead bodies on the floor. If you're wearing that shroud, you can talk to the dead bodies. And I think there's like 27 dead bodies in the game or something. There's a certain number of dead bodies, and you've got to speak to them all as part of the 100%. I'm gonna, I will be talking about that kind of thing quite a lot because, about what we need to do and what we don't need to do. Because this is, unlike a lot of playthroughs that I do, this is a platinum run. We are trying to do everything. So yeah, as you know, this is the teleporter. So Alberto is kind of like our hometown. Well, I don't know if it's our hometown, but it's like, it's home base. It's safe. It's where the game begins. We're going to go back to Mercy Dreams, and we are going to take on the first boss of the game. Not counting that tutorial boss, because he's a bit of a joke. It's very RPG like that, in that regard. Armor and weapon pickups that do different things. Like armor that protects against fire and swords that make you attack faster. Oh, okay, cool. Wait, do you know, they really like the kind of, some of the animations and stuff at the bosses and the intros to the bosses are really cool. Welcome. And they are almost all look very creepy. 10 Haidad. They've always got weird names. Yeah, so like as with all these games, it really is just a case of, which I'm not doing, a case of learning their moveset and reacting to it. So this guy's pretty simple because it is the first boss in the game. He either does a low swipe, which you can jump over like that, and then continue to smash him, or he does that, which sends out like shockwaves of branches. Or, oh no, he did the low swipe again, which you jump over. Or he goes to step on you, and then you can kind of like basically slide underneath him. Or he throws spiky balls of poisoning. So yeah, he's got a few moves, but nothing that's too hard to handle. So yeah, as you can see, that Vidiana, or whatever her name is, who's supposed to be helping me, you can really see that she's chipping in with loads of help. There she is, chilling out on a stone, doing loads of help. I should really unleash my magic spells, because why not? It's like 3 damage from a distance, isn't it? And it does quite a, as you can see, his health. It does quite a nice amount of it. Yeah, that scream, Penitent One, was her. And now, there you go. She tops up your health. That's her contribution to the fight. Which you would think, oh, that sounds really good. Except, she only tops up your health when you go down to about 10% health. So if you're ever above, first time. If your health's ever above 10%, she won't help you out. And if it is, and if it's like below 10%, she'll help you out and she'll go, Penitent One! And then wait about 10 seconds before healing you. So she waits until you're pretty much dead and then heals you ages later. So half the time, like, by the time she's offering you assistance, you're dead before she's even got round to doing it. She is like the worst help ever. Yeah, so I was going to say to Marlon that I would kind of summarize the dialogue at the start. You know, they come about with a bunch of fancy words and religious stuff, but essentially, what he basically said to me was that you have to hunt down 3 bosses as like you have to like pass 3 trials before you're allowed to cross the bridge to this holy land. So I'm hunting down the 3 bosses. That was number 1. Look at his creepy mug.
When you humbled yourself before my most holy body, you have been granted the presence of my golden visage, custodian of one of the 3 sorrows of the soul in penance. Our miracle has chosen me amongst all the peers, just as it chose you, to walk on the sacred sea.
I think the word's pious, you know.
May the gold in my visage melt and erase the attrition of your soul.
I think the voice acting, or most of the voice acting in this is really good, I think.
Heart of guilt, return now from the dream.
You have acquired the holy wound of attrition. So we'll get one of these kind of quest items for each of the 3 bosses that we take down. I mean, obviously there's more than 3 bosses in the game, but there's 3 just to kind of earn the privilege to be able to pass. Is this dude again, the one who told us that we had to go and hunt down 3 people.
You have carried out the first humiliation of penance.
Oh, wait till you see, you wait for big heads, Moldy. There's going to be one very soon, you'll see.
The visage of attrition. You have yet to prostrate before 2 last holy visages.
So he's just here to chill out and go, yeah, you've beat one of the bosses. 2 more to go. On you go. Little shrine there. Don't get hit by that. Don't get hit by the poison, I say, as I jump directly into the poison. I believe. Have we got some? Oh, we have got something nice in here. Boom. This is good. Check this out for a bit scary thing.
Tormented heart. Let the ones who are joyful in affliction and fasting come to me, for they are pleasant penance. 16 pains lance my flowery breast. Take the first one and purge one of your 6 mortal stains of the soul.
6 swords pierce her chest each time we find her. Basically, each time we find her, we take one of those boobs. Each time we find her, we take one of those swords out of her chest and increase our max HP a little bit. So finding her is nice. You know, I'm all about the max HP. As you can see, the map's already starting to open up. It's all color coded as well. So like this brown bit, it says at the top is Mercy Dreams. That place is the wasteland of the buried churches. We're currently in the desecrated cistern. Yeah, so there's loads of different areas to discover. Teleporters all around the place so you can get around quick and stuff. I don't think I want to be here though. I think I want to go... Oh! Acid men coming alive from the depths. I'm all about the max HP. Like, people always make fun of me when the when I'm playing like Final Fantasy games and stuff, because I just want like I want to try and even in Dark Souls, like I want to get my maximum HP as much as possible, like kind of as fast as I can, just because I don't know, it means you can take more hits, doesn't it? Like, the thing is, I know that I'm not that good at these games, and so I feel like that's my strat, like that's my way around it. Like, I know I'm not that good at them, but so I have to turn myself into a bit of a tank to be able to, like, you know, withstand quite a few hits, because I know it's going to happen. I know I'm going to get hit a lot, so there's no point hiding. I might as well just accept I'm going to get hit a lot and start, you know, building up a HP bar that can handle it. Yeah, the music, while the music is quite subtle, and, you know, at times there isn't even any of it, I think, is very, I think it's like, it's perfect for the atmosphere. So we're going back off to Alberto. Yes, so the reason that, have I played Rocket Arena? I have no idea what Rocket Arena is. What's Rocket Arena? I don't even know. What the hell? I don't know. No, I haven't, I guess, because I don't know what Rocket Arena is. You don't mean Rocket League, do you? Yeah, so this guy is going to be, if we screw up the platinum, it'll be his fault. I can guarantee it. Basically, he is, see, look, you see that dead body there with little wisps of something on him? If I unequip my relic, there's no more wisps anymore, and I can't, that's it, you know, it's just a regular old dead body. Put it on, and wisps, and I can talk to him. I mean, he's quite talkative for a dead guy. But yeah, and there's 27 of those dead bodies around the place, and I've got to talk to all of them to get, like, a trophy. And that's why I wanted to get that linen cloth quite early, because otherwise I'm going to have to, like, backtrack and go back and talk to all the dead bodies that I've already missed because I didn't have the ability to talk to them at the time. Remember, back here, we were here quite a while, not that long ago, we opened that little shortcut with chopping down the log. Both owned by a EA, well, Rocket. Oh, you mean Rocket League? Oh yeah, I've played Rocket League. I'm garbage at it. I've played it quite a bit. I'm really bad at Rocket League. I was gonna say I hate it. That's not true. I don't hate it. I just wish I was a lot better at it. HP is my last stat in my list in any game. Having all the HP in the world is pointless if your stats are low. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like I just go I just go pure HP. I mean, my usual strat. See, we got a little collectible there. Oh, actually, I was going to say we can't get that, but oh yes, we can. Some of these collectibles, I think it does flash up how many there are when you get one. It'll tell, yeah, so that was number 3 of 38. There's 38 of those little babies floating around in cages, and we've got to collect them all for a trophy. Some of them we physically can't get right now because sorry, my mind went blank. Some of them we physically can't get right now because things like, you know, maybe we can't double jump yet, or we don't know how to wall climb yet, and all that kind of stuff. So there'll be certain ones that, oh, we haven't got a spell that we need. So some of them we'll have to kind of come back and get later, but most of them we can get as we see them. Where olive trees wither, that's where we are. I feel myself weakening. I am sentenced to perish, abandoned in this forceful praying position. I can no longer hear the rest, only their rusted cages swaying in the wind. That was a dead guy there. But yeah, so my usual strat is like if I'm playing Dark Souls, I go like I basically do like probably 70-30. 70 being strength, 30 being health. Actually, maybe more like 60-20-20. It'll be like 60 strength, 20 health, 20 like stamina. Hey, Claudio, you're here. How's it going? Oh, it's a beast. It's a beast. And we've, by the way, have just discovered. It's not quite. It's not. I mean, it is basically wall climbing. We can stab our sword into certain types of walls to kind of hold ourselves in place. Yeah, I figured. I've never seen Symphony of the Night. Well, I've seen like tiny bits of it, but I just had a feeling from what other people have said to me that the Symphony of the Night was kind of like this, and I proper love this, by the way.
Be the heart, penitent one in silence. You stand before what remains of Gemino.
Seriously, some of the characters in this are proper creepy. This is like half man, half tree.
Oh, do not fret for me.
See you later, Tico.
The cold is merciful, for it relieves our pain and numbs us before it leads us to our deaths. Perhaps the miracle the others spoke of has come to me, here in this iron tomb, lengthening distress more and more.
Yeah, same here, Claudio.
Promised land.
I love the art style.
To the place where the frozen and the burning embrace in communion. Let me ask of you the favor of bringing me a few drops of the oils that once came out of these icy olive trees. The ones that ended up scorching the faces of every pious person who ever reached the summit. As my last wish, before it is too late for me, let me feel that pain. Take this.
An empty golden thimble. Yeah, so it does. It feels like it does feel a bit Dark Souls, a bit Castlevania, and obviously it's very Metroid in its style gameplay. Hurry up! I can still hear the call. That is a side quest, quite an easy one, but a side quest nonetheless. So yeah, we've been talking about this a lot. I am going to be doing the platinum for this game. Look at this. Cheeky strats. I will take any cheese that I can get my hands on. I just whack him from underneath. Can't remember. Oh, I do want to go this way. You have acquired the incense garlic. Oh, yes. So, this is a major thing, and it's a major thing that could make or, well, it will make or break the platinum. I'll either do the platinum or I won't do the platinum on the basis of this. So the guy in our kind of home-based town who's currently looking after all these dead people. Oh, sorry, that'd be a bit weird. He's looking after the dead people. He's looking after the people who are ill, which makes a lot more sense. Yeah, so he's looking after the ill people, and he's asked us to kind of like bring him some ingredients to kind of help them. And one of them, like that I've just discovered there's kind of, I think there's one in each area, and one for this area is the these horrible creatures that you can see just about on the floor, them like scuttling through the snow. So I mean, a lot of it's kind of standard stuff, Sans. So like obviously you've got to complete the game, you've got to beat every boss. That kind of stuff's all pretty normal. There's obviously some collectibles in the game, like the game has got different spells that you can use. You've got to make sure that you've collected all the spells. You've got to make sure that your sword's fully upgraded, your health bar is fully upgraded, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna be real cheap because I don't like that enemy. She can cause me some trouble, so I'm just gonna attack her from underneath like a coward. Yeah, I've got to basically pretty much 100% it. I mean, that is what a platinum is, really. I can't remember if I go this way. I want to say no. This is the map, by the way, Claudio. I don't think I've shown you it. So Alberto is kind of like where we start. It's all color-coded by location. So, yeah, so Alberto is where we started. We went all the way down to Mercy Dreams, where we fought our first boss. Now we're going up where olive trees wither. Do you need to beat the game on hard too? Yeah, it is very Metroidy, isn't it? You do not need to beat the game on hard, thankfully. Not that well, the thing is, there isn't actually technically a hard. There's only one Graveyard of the Peaks. There's only one difficulty setting as such, but see, like, there's a perfect example. There's a baby chilling up there in a cage that we just physically cannot get to right now, and we'll get to it later when we have a new ability that allows us to. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so there's not technically a hard mode. There is an NG+. Oh, sorry. Well, there is a hard mode, but you're only allowed to play the hard mode on NG+. So you have to complete the game fully first, and then you're allowed to access the hard mode if you so choose. Obviously, like, you know, as part of the 100%, it's no great surprise they want you to buy every item from the shop, because you have to have every item in the game. There aren't that many, though. Well, there are. There aren't that many in shops. I can't remember if I want to go this way or not. Oh. Yes, I do. Cheeky little immaculate bead. Yeah, so I didn't show you this, did I, Claudio? I'll briefly go through it, because I know a lot of people have seen it. But there's these different things that you can equip. At the moment, as you can see on the right-hand side, I've only got 2 slots that are kind of lit up. I can unlock more slots as I do stuff throughout the game, but right now I've only got 2 slots. And these have various different effects. Like, it might speed up how fast you drink your health flask, or increase how much health a health flask gives you, or increase your strength, increase your defense. You know, they all have different things, and they might protect you from fire attacks, or protect you from acid, or you know, there's all kinds of different setups you could use. And then you've got the relics, which are not important. Quest items, that's just story related stuff. Mea culpa hearts, these are like, you can assign one of these in your sword. I haven't found any of those though, they're pretty rare. These are our spells. That one, which is the very first one, sends basically 2 lightning bolts out either side of you and just hits everything in sight. And the other one means that your sword attacks much faster. For the next 30 seconds, say, it's a short time period. For the next 30 seconds, your kind of attack speed is much faster. But yeah, we're getting again, it's got that kind of Hollow Knight feel of, like, you know, the whole world design is just amazing. Where, well, there's a bunch of things I'm going to need to equip for, sadly, for the purposes of, like, some things are like, you know, like, there's some areas that are, like, swamped in poison. Like, literally the whole area is poison, and if you don't have the item that makes you immune to poison, then, you know, you're not getting through. Like, it's not like it's hard, it's like you're just not, you're not getting through. But yeah, most of them are kind of optional niceties. Yeah, so this is back at hometown. We've got this priest who's, like, caring for all these sick people, and this is probably I've said this before. Alright, see you later, Sans, have a good one. This is the quest that has the highest chance of making me screw up the platinum, because each area of the map has a particular item, like some garlic. They're always like food items. It'll be some herbs or some garlic or something, and he wants me to bring them back to help him care for the ill people. But the requirement is you have to go into the new area, get the item, and you have to give it to him before you fought the boss of that area. If you fight the boss of that area and then give him the item, one of these ill people will be dead. You know, there's a variety of them. There's about 7 of them or whatever, and you have to give him 7 items, I think it is, or 6. But each time if you accidentally kill the boss before you give him the item, one of those people is dead. That's it. Quest over. Trophy gone. Platinum gone. Like, you need to make sure that all of the people survive. So I've given them some incense garlic to help out
Merciful
with his people.
Penitent one. With your contribution, the work of this brotherhood carries on.
The voice acting is really good as well, I think, Claudio. Right, there we go. So we have safely provided him with some garlic, which means we're now safe to kind of... Oh, actually, can I jump off there? Oh, I can. Boom. Watch this. Hey, yeah, there we go. 4 out of 38. They don't really do much in terms of like having any real value in the game, but they're a collectible, and there is a trophy related to them, of course. But you know, they're fun to get. None of them are kind of, you know, too troublesome or anything. Right, so we are gonna head out. We're gonna keep climbing up the peaks to boss number 2. But yeah, if anyone, I've said this a couple of times, but I'll say it again. If anyone is put off by the difficulty of this game, could you? Well, the music is quite quiet and atmospheric. Like there's so many cool mechanics. Like in this, so many cool mechanics in this area. If you can see, if you look closely, you can see there's a game, I want to say maybe Mario, maybe the Lost Levels, I can't remember what it is. There's a game that does something similar to this, where if the snow is blowing one way, then that's the indication that the wind is blowing that way, and if it's blowing another way, that's the indication that it's blowing the other way, and you have to use that wind to kind of, you know, quite often there are bits of platforming in this section where you wouldn't be able to make it unless the wind is on your side. And if the wind is against you, you definitely aren't going to make it. Kind of. So you have to kind of use that. Use the sign, use the snow as an indicator of which way the wind is blowing so that you can help. It'll help you kind of traverse this perilous area. And it is a perilous area. Because while it's in a lot of ways is quite generous, this game, I don't think it's the hardest game in the world. There is still, you know, if you fall down a pit, it's still one-hit kills, of course. So anywhere like any sections of the game like this where they have pits that you can fall down and fall to your doom, you know, quite an increased risk going on. I hate these dudes. No? Yeah, the music is very atmospheric, very quiet. It's like very quiet piano, very quiet. Like so. I'm scared to turn it up too loud. I mean, let me know, what do you think of the kind of? I guess what matters is what do you think of the volume of like the sword fighting, because the music is quite a bit quieter than the sword fighting. So if the sword fighting's the right volume, then and then I increase it so that you can hear the music, then when I get into a fight, which is all the time, it's going to be like deafening. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah. Okay, well yeah, the sword fighting is noticeably louder than the music. That's I would say the music, whether you like this being the case or not, the music is quite kind of like understated, I guess is the word. It's very much like background. But yeah, what I'd say the most important thing is, can you hear, if you can hear the voice acting, that's how I'd kind of make sure that you're, you know, that it's at the right volume, if you know what I mean. If you can hear the voice acting, then it's okay. Refill, yes, so this is, we had an empty biliary flask. We have to spend 500 souls, whatever they're called, tears of atonement, I think, and we've basically filled up. So we found, earlier we found an empty bile flask, which is bile flasks in this Claudio are basically Estus in Dark Souls. So you can see under my like magic bar, I've currently got 3 of them. And you know, I can get more, but I'm then gonna have to go to one of those like baths of blood to fill it up. But yeah, it's basically increasing your Estus. But honestly, I can't praise this game enough. I really can't. Like, it's the boss fights. You'll see more as we go on, because you know, the areas are not that long. So we'll be getting to some more. No, that's not fair. Okay, I thought I was about to get like taken off the ledge while I was laying down. Yeah, the areas are not that long, kind of thing. So it never takes that. Well, I guess you could say the same about Dark Souls. The areas are never that long if you know what you're doing. And obviously, there's quite a lot to explore. There's a lot of yes, this is an area. This is a bit where you definitely have to use the power of the wind. If you don't go with the wind, you won't make it make it across. Hiya! Oh! God damn. Right. Oh no, don't you be doing this shenanigans. Fighting me while I'm trying to climb. Whoa. But yeah, so the boss designs, honestly, I proper love the boss designs in this. They are, it's just this kind of an art style. Well, not so much an art style, it's not the art style, it's the setting. The setting of the game is just something I've never really seen in any game. It's like, you know, very kind of religious, and the bosses, you know, maintain that theme. I believe there's, yes, lots of hidden walls around this game. One of these blue fountains will increase your magic points. So we went from having basically 3 slots worth of magic to 4 slots worth of magic. I had my bile flask surgically removed 15 years ago. So, again, we're gonna have to. Well, that's my understanding. I mean, I was taking a bit of a punt when I said that it was like Castlevania, because, you know, it's quite weird for someone to say something is like something when you haven't played it. I haven't played a Castlevania game ever, but I've seen them, and they always strike me as quite like, you know, they're quite like religious, kind of medieval religious, like medieval religious fantasy kind of, you know, thing. That's my kind of take on it from the few kind of screenshots I've seen and stuff. I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me how similar you think this is to Castlevania. I know. Obviously, not all Castlevanias are the same.
Indeed, sister of mine, our encounter is approaching. The miracle will protect me.
Can you hear this fine?
I do not need your protection this time. Leave me alone.
So yeah, let me know if the voice acting there was like at a perfectly fine level, then we're good. Convent of Our Lady of the Charred Visage. Get ready, peeps. We're going to war with nuns. Yeah, some of the enemies in this are pretty nuts. And they mean business. Don't mess around with these nuns. She's not been skipping arm dates. The size of the thing she was swinging around. That hits like a truck. Yeah, well, yeah, some of the areas, like you've got music here, which is quite a bit louder than most other areas. I really love the music of this area. The music of this area, I know a lot of you haven't seen it. It really reminds me of a certain bit of Breaking Bad. I can't quite remember where it was, but it reminds me of something a bit in Breaking Bad, this music. It's kind of like, it's like the building of it. It's like, it's gonna, you know, the music in the whenever it is in Breaking Bad, I remember it's kind of like it's like building up to like a, like, you know, it's like slow music building up to, you know, a big event. I mean, this feels very SNES. The those kind of pouring pots of lava that you've got to dodge out the way of. That is proper SNESy. Oh, get out the way. Little did you know that this little pesky nun was in charge of pulling the lever. So you take air out the action and they stop, which is nice. I mean, it would have been, it's too late now. I've already got past them all, but it's nice to know. I was gonna say, always check the walls and always stab people from underneath because it's cheesy. But yeah, like always check walls if they just kind of look like they're a bit of a dead end, or kind of dead endy, or they look like there could be something behind them. Then it's worth having a little stab. Oh. Trying to entice him, bait him. Yeah, we're already getting close to boss number 2. Boss number 2 is very creepy, but very creepy, but nowhere near the creepiest of what's to come. Right, I'm gonna use my magic on this nun because she's mean and it's particularly annoying trying to fight her while dodging lava. So the game, okay, gameplay's similar but not much else. Okay, I always thought, I mean, I've only seen little screenshots and stuff of Castlevania, but I always thought it had a, like, it's got like a similar kind of colour palette, right? It's kind of like castle-y and brown and, right? I don't know. I mean, I don't. That's not exactly a colour palette. Castle-y and brown. But you know what I mean? Does it not have that similar kind of feeling? That classic colour palette. Ah! They're more magical, I guess. Some newer Castlevanias have more colours in them. Yep, another nice cheap kill. I don't care if it gets the job done. Yeah, so anyone who's, you know, I'm sure any kind of Metroidvania pros will know all about that kind of. I love the people that I've got a special respect for people who make Metroidvanias. Metroidvanias, because the level design is always just so like clever and good, and you're in one place and then you get a lift, you know, you go miles away and then you get a lift somewhere and then suddenly you're back in the place that you were an hour ago and you're like, oh my god, how did I get here? This is crazy. And then like you open up a gate and you're like, oh my god, I've opened up a shortcut that I didn't even know. What is this madness? Like they're so good at doing that, I think. And yeah, and they're excellent at doing it in this. Get out, nun. Yeah, so that is a place. You see if you look closely, you can see there's kind of like green mist in the air. That's basically poison. If I stand in that, I would be dead in probably like 3 or 4 seconds. So I'm not gonna. But that's the kind of place where you would want to have an item equipped that would protect you from poison. Again, what was I talking about? About beautiful backtracking and unlocking of shortcuts. Here we are back where we started quite like a little while ago. So we got into this area, didn't we? We used the shrine, we went up to the right, did a whole heap of stuff, and we've come full circle. And obviously the whole point of these shortcuts is, we may well die in a minute, and if we do, we won't have to go up the right-hand ladder and all the way around. Instead, we can go up the left-hand ladder and bam, we're back here. So, you know, you're like, you know, once you've kind of earned your way through the passage. Ah! I hate these guys. Once you've earned your way through the passage, you know, they don't make you do it over and over and over again. Whoa! feisty little imp. But yeah, we are, the next boss is in sight. So how many of you guys, have none of you guys seen any of this game at all? Because I thought I was kind of like, I thought I was kind of late to the party with this. And, yeah, and everyone else had already played it, already seen it and stuff, but clearly not. No, it's not a new game. It's like, I mean, it's not like old, but it's not like, it's not new either. I think it's like 2018, 2019 maybe. So yeah, it's not like brand new, but it's also not very old. It's on the Switch, it's on Steam, it's on PS4. Obviously, I'm playing it on PS4 for them sweet trophies. I mean, that's not why I got it on PS4, I promise. I got it because on PS4 it was half price. It was simple. It got reduced a couple of weeks ago. It got reduced to $9.99 on PS4. Oh, yeah, it got reduced to half price. And so, I'd been kind of toying with the idea of getting it anyway. And then when I saw it was half price, I thought, well, it's probably never gonna go below that. So, let's go. Oh man, we're nearly there. But oh, those laser beams are horrible, and they do so much damage. And I have no healing things. Oh god damn it! Look at my health. Right, I've got to be a bit cheeky about this, and I'm gonna have to like basically draw him out. Oh! Don't go off the screen, because then his health will probably go back up. I'm gonna have to draw him out and then do this. I think it takes 5 hits to kill this guy, which I believe. There we go. Right, we'll get rid of the imp. We don't want him jumping on our head. I keep an eye out for where the lava is. I can't get hit by anything now until the next kind of. Oh god. Until the next. No! Save point. Dead. It's fine, it's fine. That is the beauty. XCOM Vindications. Indeed. Yeah, it's very religious. It's very like Old Testament. But yeah, as I say, like, if I'd have died, if I hadn't have unlocked this shortcut, then I'd have had to go up the right-hand ladder, do that whole last section again. As it is now, 1, I don't have to do that again, and 2, I can come back here. Oh, bloody hell. I'm getting battered. Oh my god. I've lost, like, too much health already. Yeah, so now, where it's kind of obviously, you go through the log, you go through a big area, you're going to lose some health along the way. Now, I can come back to this area, kind of fresh, having not lost all the health. Avocado is here. Tomorrow, you go in car. Where do you go? In car. I love this. It sounds silly, but I just love the sound effect of the like chink, the like chink chink of swiping things with your sword. Man, it hits so hard. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, I can't honestly. If you like these kind of games, I can't recommend it highly enough. And they've just released, which is, talk about perfect timing. I didn't know this. They've just released free DLC for it. So they did a bunch of free DLC, which the free DLC part of the free DLC is basically the hard mode. It's called something of Torment. See, look, now we're here, and we've got a decent amount of health and a flask, instead of being here and having no health, no flask, and being, screwed in the nicest possible way. So we should hopefully be able to get through this section now. Yeah, see, I'm far from a pro. I know I've played it before, but I'm no like pro. Somewhere near Lake George. Okay. I'm gonna just pretend I know where that is. Right, hang on. Oh, we didn't get him. No, no, not this again. Right. These are horrible beasts. Horrible little beasties. Right, we don't need to worry about the imps. I don't know if they are imps. I call them imps, but I don't know what they are. I've got a feeling that over here is going to be like where the nun is. Oh, well, I know this is where the nun is because I can see it. I've got a feeling there's going to be some kind of like collectible over here or something. You acquired a medium bead of red wax. Nice. What does that do? Sphere of accumulated crimson wax. Echoes of ancient prayers resound in its core and moderately reinforce the vitality of the wearer. See, now I'm interested. What is everyone's opinion of the meaning of the word vitality when it comes to these kind of games? I always thought, does it mean defense or does it mean health? Because I put it on before thinking that it meant health, but it didn't do anything for my health. Yeah, I'd have thought it. I'd have thought it was health as well. But I equipped some other kind of charm before, thinking it was going to improve my health because it said vitality, and it didn't. So I don't know. Maybe it's defense. Oh no! I'm literally pending. That's not fair. Get out! Oh, that was not very nice. Thankfully, I think we're about to kind of hit a point of like, you know, unlocking a shortcut, new save, new like kind of checkpoint thing. No more lava now, thanks to Granny's gone. Granny the nun. Is it that way? Or is it this way? Oh, I remember where I am. Okay, I want to go this way to collect a collectible. And then it's boss time. I can't even remember what this is, or if I even cloistered sapphire. The strange energy fills the wearer with determination, electrifying the very air around him after he performs an execution. Yeah, I mean, for the aces of the world and stuff, you see all these items, every single one of them, as you can see if you press triangle, it says next to it lore. Every single one of them, you get a bit of lore around every item. Every single one. Sometimes large amounts of lore. So it's kind of like Dark Souls in that sense, where it doesn't go too heavy. Alright, no worries, Claudio. It's kind of like Dark Souls in the sense that it doesn't go too hard in on the story. It doesn't shove it in your face. But what it does do is... Oh, Claudio, if you I don't know if you can afford to spend an extra, like, 30 seconds away from work or not. If you can't, no worries. If you can spend an extra 30 seconds, and I do literally just mean 30 seconds, you're about to see what the next boss looks like. And he's pretty creepy. But yeah, if you've gone, you're gone. There we go. That's all I wanted to show you. Our Lady of the Charred Facade. This feels proper like a shoot 'em up kind of boss battle. It's like, you know, you're dodging. It feels like Cuphead kind of thing. Oh! Which, of course, I love. So I'm trying to basically hit him in that bit of flesh in his brain, basically. I'm trying to hit him in the brain while not getting killed. Reminds you of boss in Castlevania. Oh, there you go. We can rebound these. Oh. So as always, I'm accepting help from the Solaire of the game, except she actually provides almost no help to me, and yeah, she's pretty much worthless. But I have to do it to get, I have to get her assistance 3 times throughout the game to like unlock her special thing. What does visage mean? I think it's like face. Like image. I think it means like image. Oh God, yeah, it gets a bit manic later on. See, she's supposed to be helping me, this girl. She'll help me when I'm basically about to die. At which point, I'll probably be dead before she actually gets around to doing anything. Ugh.
Penitent one!
No! See what I mean? Penitent one! That's the signal for I'll heal you in about 10 seconds. By which point you're already dead. Instead of a rotting face, it's an entire corpse. Oh, okay. But yeah, there's some proper... I'm not actually going to collect that yet. Because... cheeky little strats. But... collecting your little things slightly tops up your... You know, like... That's basically like collecting your souls in Dark Souls. Collecting that slightly tops up your health. So... I'm basically not going to collect it. Because I don't really need it right now. So I'm just going to collect it when my health gets a little bit low, and then I kind of... It's like a free potion. It's so shiny. What, his brain? Shiny brain. Sometimes, yeah, I mean, obviously there's a bit of RNG in this fight, like, depending on where his face happens to land. You saw last time, sometimes his face is like here right now on the floor, and I can just go spam, 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 spam and go nuts on him. Other times he's up in the air and he's obviously a lot more of a pain to get hits in on. Come on. Die, obers. Oh, we're doing really well here, I've got to say. This is like a world record run. Come on. Oh. I mean, so well, I haven't even picked up my thing yet. Now I'll go for it. See, that topped up my health quite a bit, and I haven't even used any flasks yet. Get out, face man brain. Ugh. Oh, the cake is shiny, not the brain. That makes more sense. Boss number 2 down. So we have to deal with these 2 humiliations. Oh, sorry. We have to deal with 3 humiliations. And that was the second of the 3. Now we have to speak to Goldface again to get, like... to basically get our reward for beating the boss.
In the name of the great ordeal and the sons of the miracle, may the gold in my visage melt and erase the compunction of your soul. Heart of guilt, return now from the dream.
The holy wound of compunction. Yeah, so this is kind of like, you know, a lot of games do have a similar kind of thing. Oh yeah, we've got to fill up that thimble with golden thimble filled with burning oil. Remember the tree asked us for that. Now I believe I have to give it to him pretty soon, otherwise I'm gonna like lock myself out of his quest. So I'll go do that pretty much now.
You have carried out the second humiliation of penance. You have been allowed to behold the visage of compunction. You have yet to prostrate before one last holy visage.
What is it with all the pointy hats around here? Right, cheers, buddy. We're gonna unlock that. So where's this? I think this is bringing us. Yes, it is. It's back. We were here a while ago. You get a feel for, you know, when you've. Oh, boom. Another sword upgrade. So as I said, I think there's only about 6 or 7 of these shrines in the whole game, and each time you get one, it upgrades the strength of your sword. So there's no like, in this, which I quite like. I mean, there's sometimes it's good to do it the other way around, sometimes not. I quite like it that this game doesn't really have any sort of it doesn't have any kind of other weapon upgrades or anything. There's no alternative weapons. You've got your one weapon and that's it. You can upgrade it, but there's no there's no switching of weapons or anything like that. I guess it just takes out the stress of having to think about it. You can just carefree, you just got to get good. There's none of this like, oh, I'm gonna go away and find like the best weapon in the game. You've got the same weapon that everyone else has got, and so the only way to do well is to get good. Actually, I put that other spell on for that fight, but I want to go back to my kind of lightning spell. So there's the spell I switched over to before, which I did mention earlier, is it's a spell that basically makes you like the speed of your slashes faster. And I know that boss, and I know that he's gonna kind of he's gonna reveal his brain every once in a while, and when he does, you gotta go and just get as many hits in as you can. And also have like he's floating, so the lightning bolts that fire against the floor are basically of no use against him at all. So I thought I might as well switch up and get faster. Oh, see, this is Poison Town. Don't go in here. How dare you, Avocado? I got good ages ago, man. This is as good as I'm ever gonna get. But now, like, it's refreshing to play a game. Like, I do a fair mix of games on the channel. Some of which are, some of which I'm really good at. Some of which I've never played before and I'm not really good at. And yeah, the Heart of the Unnamed Minstrel. Equip a sword heart in Mea Culpa to modify its properties. They grant powerful upgrades, but this always comes at a price. Yeah, so these are really interesting. These kind of these sword upgrades they're never just straightforward improvements. So this one, it reduces the duration of the parry. It basically means that your parry, I think it improves how strong your parries are, but it narrows down the window that you have to parry. So it makes parrying harder, basically. And there's a few things like that. So some of them will be like, increases your attack, but the downside is it really lowers your defense and stuff like that. So they're never just straight up those ones are never just straight up improvements. Hello, it's Boob Lady. I'm back to retrieve a sword from her chest and increase my maximum health. Thank you. So I believe we come across her. Yeah, I was going to say 6 times. We do, because I know it's 6 times because she's called like the sword of the Lady of 6 Swords or something. Closing the name. So I'm just going to pop down to see my old tree buddy. And get the give him the thimble, and then because I've had to check a couple of things out for doing this playthrough, because I just didn't want to kind of wait, that wasn't the plan. I just didn't want to screw anything up. Sometimes games have missable trophies, and you just you do one thing wrong, or you like forget to talk to a guy at this set time in the game, and then the game's like, oh, sorry, you can no longer ever complete this trophy now. Oh, where am I going? Oh, there I am. Trying not to, because obviously I know that this area is full of kind of pits, and if I go down a pit, that's it, 1 hit kills. Here he is, waiting for his thimble. You have given the golden thimble filled with burning oil.
I feel the boiling oil entering my frigid veins. I can still answer the call.
Thank you, sir. I'll have to do something else for him later, but that's a tale for another time, I believe. I don't think there's any... There's no, No, okay. I was just checking there wasn't any, like, sneaky caves. Okay, so I don't... I'm wondering what the quickest way of getting back down is, and it's this way, I think. Oh! You're dead, man. I've already spoke to you. Right. I'm gonna try and do something now that is probably gonna involve me dying, and I'm gonna be annoyed. But this is like a bit of parkour, ladder parkour. There's you got to jump from ladder to ladder. It's all just to get this little something, the heart of the virtuous pain. I cannot remember what that is. Boosts the blocking stand, increases its duration, but exposes the phantom one longer. I think basically that increases. That's kind of like the opposite of what I was saying before. That makes parrying easier, but if you screw it up, it hurts more. Spikes below me. That's what happens when you land on spikes. I was trying not to show that. Spikes are not kind in this game. Right. God damn. Alright, fine. What's the quickest way? Actually, there's something I've got to do now. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was, Avocado. I could have easily dodged the spikes if I wanted to, but I just thought, well, I'll kind of give you guys a lesson in what not to do. So is this your? Do you reckon this is your kind of thing, guys? I thought this would have been right up your. And I guess you do prefer kind of, you know, like, I guess games that you get more out of in terms of time, like, you know, online multiplayer and stuff like that. I'm trying to get back to. Oh, I know where I've got to go. I'm trying to get back to the room just before the boss. So I've got to get some goddamn... So stupid. I've got to pick up some flowers. Clearly essential business for a man who's on his way to try and, I don't know, save the world. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. And I've completed the game and I don't really know what I was doing. Yeah, I'm not... I mean, to be fair, I kind of felt the same with Dark Souls. I completed Dark Souls and then I was kind of like, what was I really doing there? Whoa! I mean, less so with Dark Souls. I kind of had an idea what was going on with Dark Souls. Cheeky little underground kill. Ah! Boom. Okay. This is exactly where I wanted to be. This is where the boss fight is. And we just want to go, I think, like one room left of the boss fight. This reminds me of Mega Man X, this. Wait, that sounds like a weird thing to say. With the sliding. It's kind of like... In Mega Man X, like, once you can dash, you're just like dash, dash, dash. Anything to just go a little bit faster. Are they not here? I thought they were here. That's annoying. I thought there was supposed to be an item here. Okay. Whatever. There isn't. Outrageous. Right, what's the quickest way? Actually. Okay, I'm going to be super, super lazy. And really, this is really bad. But I'm being proper lazy. I'm thinking, what is the quickest way for me to get back? Quickest way for me to get back is to die. Thankfully, I'm not too upset about slightly reducing. The only downside to this is that you reduce your you reduce the size of your like magic bar slightly, and I can go to one of those places. Oh, in fact, speak of the devil, I can go to one of these places that's right here, and this is what these rooms are for. You have to basically pay to remove your guilt. And it's your guilt that is reducing the size of your magic bar. So that's expensive. But whatever. For 600, for just 600 somethings, you can remove your guilt. And there we go. So that's kind of like, if you can't be bothered, if you're too lazy to go back and get your little thing, you can pay. It's not cheap though. Okay, so I do actually want to go this way. Yeah, we're going to be, by the way, we're going to be finishing Final Fantasy IV tomorrow night. It's only going to take, I mean, I would guess, although I have a really bad habit of making very poor guesses of how long a game is going to take me to complete. But I'm going to do it all the same, and I'm going to guess like I always do. But I don't know, half an hour. I'm literally like, I'm outside the boss, man. Like, pretty much. I just have to kill him. Which, you know, I am a fair bit stronger than I was. I have faith. Ah, there we go. The frozen olive, that's what I wanted. And then there's a cave. This is such a stupid, like, side quest. 2 hours worth of boss fight later. Yep, he'll probably just like. So I know you weren't there, Moldy, and obviously you don't. I'm not gonna like spoil you or whatever story-wise, but it's not a spoiler to say that he has a move called Big Bang, which does, I don't know, a lot of damage. Oh, what's that? Oh, can I talk to you? The dried flowers bathed in tears. Yeah, there's a lot, like, yeah. So, I mean, of my 5 team members, 3 of them died. Like, it doesn't matter if they're on full health. 3 of them died in just one shot from this move. And it's not a move he does once in a while either. So it's like, you know, you kind of, it's just a nightmare. You kind of, you just can't recover from that. You could, you know, like, he does it, and then you kind of, the very next turn, you'll do what, I don't know, like, you might use, because by that point, you've only got 2 people left then, so you might kind of, I don't know, use a Phoenix down and, use a Phoenix down and cast Cure Jar. And then that's great. You've got 1 person alive and everyone's healed. And then he does it again. And it's like, okay, fine. Just now you know, now I've got like 1 person alive and you just like you just can't keep up. It's impossible. So this was a secret little weird cave that oh, there we go. Secret little weird cave that requires a very weird set of criteria to get. And but it's mandatory because obviously there's a couple of power-ups down there and you've got to get all the power-ups. So it's essential for the platinum. But it's kind of like you've got to talk to the tree guy, then you've got to fight the boss, fill up the thimble, give the thimble to the tree guy. The tree guy will give you an olive. Then you take that olive to a cave and it gives you access to something else, and it's absolutely mental. I mean, you would never in a million years, I don't think, do that of your own kind of, you know, choice. No worries, Moldy, no worries. That honestly, Like, are you kind of like super... I guess you've done everything, haven't you? You were saying in Discord you've been doing like all the side quests and all that stuff. By the time I got to Kefka, I would honestly like... I mean, I don't know if you... I know you said you were watching through it at the moment, so I don't want to spoil it too much. But I cheesed that game like nothing I've ever cheesed ever before. I mean, I like to cheese games, but I cheesed Final Fantasy VI just like to unbelievable levels because I was just... By that point, I was just proper like fed up with how hard it was. I just wasn't like... I wasn't prepared enough at all. And I was just getting absolutely hammered. And it's not even like... It's kind of like what you were saying. I've gone the wrong way, I think. Yes. I've gone the wrong way. And... Oh, I know where I've got to go. God damn it. The joys of Metroidvania. Which, by the way, like, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but obviously I've said that you have to kill 3 bosses. That's the whole thing. That bridge there, the bridge of the 3 cavalries or whatever, that's what we're trying to get across ultimately. And we're not allowed to cross that bridge until we have... The deal is we're not allowed to cross that bridge until we've beaten the 3 humiliations. Or we've like been through the 3 humiliations or whatever it's called. And you can do those 3. I've done it with the weird tree guy first, and then the face, and then I'm about to go do number 3. You can do it in whatever order you like. There's no kind of like no one area has any requirements to get to it, you know, before any other area. So you can do these in whatever order you fancy. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I do have... That was one of the things... I should have mentioned that probably. One of the things I unlocked on the like skill tree was the ability to do this kind of like long-ranged attack. It's not that powerful, but it's all right, and it's quite often useful to get those. Do you know those babies in cages? Sometimes those babies in cages that are kind of just too far away, and all you have to do is hit them to release them. So yeah, having that is often very useful. And it basically just uses a little... There it is. And it just uses a little bit of your magic to do it. Right, we're back to Alberto. The hardest part about it is that my 3rd team, Celeste, Cyan, Morgan, Locke, are much lower. Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. Like, I don't... Like, I had a big rant about this when I first played it. That I think it's... I just think it's garbage that... What's inside here? I can't remember. I think it's garbage that they don't... Oh, what the hell's this? Oh my god. I've never did this. That's where all these little collectibles that I'm collecting, basically all the collectibles that you get, they're here. They're all body parts, like, you know, cervical vertebrae of someone, scaphoid of Fierce, the radius of Helzer. They're all like bones and body parts and stuff, and this is clearly like where you store them all. Man, I didn't even go there once. Hello, Sans! I'll give you this advice now. The older games expect you to do side quests. Oh yeah, I mean, that's fair. But my point is, and I had a big rant, and I stand by this. That Final Fantasy VI basically forces you to use all of your... Basically forces you to use all of your characters right at the end of the game. But doesn't, like Final Fantasy VII, level all your characters evenly. So if you get to the end of the game and there's a particular character that you just haven't used, it's like, well, good luck. You're now taking a boss, you know, you're now taking a character into the end game who's about 20 levels lower than they should be. I just think that's like, Like, I don't know, like, either do what Final Fantasy VII does and, like, because Final Fantasy VII, it basically, you know, it kind of levels the ones who aren't in your party. It doesn't do it 100%, so, you know, they'll never be as strong as the people that you're carrying around with you, but they'll be, like, I don't know, 5 levels behind them or something. So at least they're kind of in the same ballpark. You wouldn't, like, because the thing is, if you've got, like, a level 50 character, and then you don't use them for a bit, because this was my argument, is that it encourages you to not use the characters, I think. Because if you've got a level 50 character and then you haven't used someone for ages, and then you're like, oh, I fancy using Aeris, and then you're like, oh, well, actually, Cloud's level 50 and Aeris is level 20, so, you know, and now you're in an area of the game where you kind of need to be level 50. And it's like, well, I'm not going to use Aeris then, am I? Like, the fact that if because it makes them lag behind so much, you're just like, well, I can't use them. Like, you've taken away the ability for me to use them unless I constantly level them up throughout the game. That was one thing that I wanted to get urgently. The perpetuated sand of something. I'm going to equip that right now, and we're going to give you it. I'm going to have a chance to show you. It's one of the relics in the game. One of the best relics in the game. Or at least one of the most kind of useful. What it does is, throughout the game, there are these kind of like... You probably haven't seen them because they're quite hard to see. Was that it? Okay. I thought I could talk to the dead horse. Just flies around him. You probably haven't seen them, but occasionally there are like red sparkles in the background, like kind of in the air, and they are basically invisible platforms that become visible when you wear this relic. And there they are. 1, 2, 3, and they help you reach things like that, which you previously it would be impossible to reach. So yeah, like having that bead is just so useful. You know, not in a combat way, just in a kind of being able to access all kinds of new secrets and stuff. They do level up, but it's very, very much... Oh, do they? I didn't even realise they leveled up at all, to be honest. All I remember is that some of my team were basically a waste of space by the time I got to the end of the game. And it was basically like I had to go away and just grind, which is... I don't know. It's never fun, I don't think. Because, like, you know, I got to the end of the game and I thought, okay, like, my big hitters were pretty much... They were ready to take on the end of game stuff. But no one else was. So I had, like, a team of, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 people who were, you know, tough enough to take on where we were. And then...
Time outside, but if
I haven't got any other items,
sorrowful...
sorry. Okay, I was just checking. Yeah, so I had a few people who were ready to take on the end game, and then I had, I don't know, 8 people who were absolute garbage, and I just had to go away and grind with those 8. It's funny enough, the those characters were all named after like members of the Discord and just members of the community in general. So if I remember rightly, Mog was called Malin. For some reason I always remember Mog. Mog with the Mog charm, amazing. Which again is probably a bad idea from my part, but I got to a point where I was like, ooh, you know, I have the ability here to you know, here I've got the ability to basically turn off random encounters, which, when you're getting fed up with the game and it's getting too hard and whatever, sounds like a lovely idea. It's like, yes, I can get through this place with no random encounters. In reality, what it means is that you were underleveled for the cave. That's why you were fed up. Now you're even more underleveled because you haven't fought anyone. So yeah, it's probably not a terribly great idea. I definitely remember using it to get up Meiji Master's Tower, because I think I remember, like, I don't know, either the enemies were like really annoying, or maybe it was just the fact that I'd already done it once, and I just thought, you know, obviously I'd done it once, got the lovely epic Ultima Troll, and just thought, screw this, I want to get back to the top of the cave, and I'm not fighting everyone again. Encounter rates are absurd in the old games. Yeah, I remember you saying that. That is mental. Encounter rates in towns. That is supposed to be, you know... If there's one time where you can chill out, it's supposed to be in a town. Whoa! Dude running around in a big bell. Ah! Yeah, I never got kind of I never liked Gao, because it was just, again, I mean, I suppose I know that the Claudios of the world will say, well, why don't you just test it out? But yeah, I just found it really annoying that like all of his moves were just like completely didn't really give you any clue as to what they did. It was just like, you know, like you obviously you had to learn them from, I think you had to learn them from enemies, and you had to, you know, kind of like an enemy skill, and that was the basis of all his power-ups, except you learned them, then you didn't know what they did, which is always nice. And then, but they had, and like, it's not even like they kind of had regular, expect, you know, like effects that you could kind of see coming or whatever. Some of them would be like, oh, when you use this one, he casts slow every turn or something, like, you know, like just weird. Like everyone, some of them were supposed to be like really OP, some of them are really garbage, and obviously you don't know short of just doing them all.
O penitent one, we traverse strange roads under the same firmament, with nigh other trade, nigh other name.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, you can only use magic in the tower, can't you? Which means that basically by the time you get to the top, you're not going to have any magic points left. And then you got a boss to fight.
Barefoot pilgrim of the Order of the Genuflectors. Prithee taketh nigh affront in my not looking at thy visage, for we at each moment lean forth, so as not to divert our eyes from the path. Such is our old precept. We are before Hondo, a great buried bell, erected upside down so that its ringing would make the earth tremble and reach distant lands. Now Hondo resoundeth in a deep triune moan that travelleth in echoes through its broad spiraling circles. My feet wish to cross to the other side of this ancient valley, to move on to the next destination. Oh, my sins, who could help me?
I might be able to help you out.
I hope.
Right, that's enough of that nonsense. Another side quest, a much easier one. Like a lot of the time, it's just a case of chatting to these people and kind of, oh, forgot about that. Yeah, this is another interesting mechanic for the area. So we've got these things that, like, there's basically an old lady who's jiggling a bell. If you can take her out, then obviously she stops jingling the bell, and all is good in the world. But while she's jingling the bell, she is causing those things to vibrate, and when they vibrate, they hurt. So you want to stop her ASAP. Scapula of Carlos. So somewhere... Ah! Gotta take out the old lady. There she is. So if I go, look, she's jingling a bell. Boom. Now, she won't be jingling the bell anymore, and so those annoying things will not vibrate and hurt me anymore. Ah! I feel like it's better suited to a second playthrough. Yeah, I mean, I was actually, as much as I was like annoyed with it the first time round, I was thinking of playing it again just because I think, like you say, I think when you've got like a bit of advanced knowledge and you kind of know what to expect, I don't think it's as, I don't think it would be as mean. Yeah, like a lot of the stuff is like, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's the troll of like, you know, it's the troll of not knowing, and then, you know, you'll find out that they've got some trick up their sleeve, but you won't find out until you've died in the process. But then, as as Claudio would say, that's the, you know, that is the beauty of the game. You know, that's how you learn. You learn through death. Oh, of course. Because I slept at, or slept, well, I didn't sleep at it, but because I rested at the shrine, that brings the old lady back to life. Yes, I think I did mention this already, but I assume it was taken for granted that just like Dark Souls, whenever you kind of rest and recover your health and everything, all the enemies respawn. How was the boss? How many are there? The boss was beautiful. Yeah, they had a beautiful big face. I mean, I recommend you go look at it. Just like, not even now. You could do it tomorrow or whatever. Just to have a look at what the boss looks like. In fact, I'll like give you a timestamp or whatever when it's uploaded, so you don't have to like search around for it, because I'll know where it was. I just think it looks like a really cool boss. How many bosses are there? There's something like 10, I think. Maybe. It's about that. Something like 10. I've done 2 so far. I mean, I'd say 2. There's technically a tutorial boss as soon as you start, which I suppose counts as a boss, but he's pretty easy. It really is a case of like, it's just teaching you how to use your sword, how to dash, how to use your sword, and I guess how to heal. So yeah, there's technically a tutorial boss, and then there's I've done 2 more. I'm kind of heading towards number 3 now. We'll probably, well, I'm sure we'll fight boss number 4 tonight. I'm pretty confident of that. I don't think we'll get past 4. It's not the longest game in the world, but I suppose you could say the same about Dark Souls, you know? Dark Souls isn't the longest game in the world, if you happen to know what you're doing. You know, if you know what you're doing in Dark Souls, you can complete it in, I don't know, 6 hours or something. And that's not even like, I'm not even talking like using all kinds of skips and crazy stuff. I mean, if you're going down that road, you could do it in like half an hour. But I mean, if you just play the game regular, you could be, like, just a regular guy like me, who's quite good at Dark Souls, but not, you know, I'm not a god. I could beat Dark Souls in probably 8 hours, I reckon. So, you know, it's perfectly, it's not this, like, you know, but whereas my first playthrough of Dark Souls took 50 hours. Oh, you went back, crazy face. Oh, I know where we are. Yeah. So we are trying to, basically, at the moment, the bridge is not working. We're trying to, I mean, there's no real clue as to how to fix it, other than the fact that, you know, just come down here, go the places that you haven't been yet, you'll figure it out. But we are trying to get out of my way. We're trying to get the bridge working again. There's an old guy at the top who can't. He's asked us to help him out, basically. He's trying to get the bridge across to the other side, and he can't make it. And obviously we want to get to the other side as well. Do I want to go that way? Maybe I... Oh. See, this strongly reminds me of the like some of the harder kind of platforming bits of Hollow Knight, where you like there's a lot of like wall climbing, jumping between places. Things crumble, and then you've got to jump on one thing, then quickly jump to something else, then jump to something else, grab onto something, hold, you know, wait for a bit, dodge an enemy at the same time, not hang onto a wall, ideally. Obviously, as the platform goes underneath. Oh, god damn it! I keep. Oh, that was close. That was pure frustration. That was like, out of frustration, I carried on going when I shouldn't have. Oh god! See, the platform goes underneath. The oh god! Yeah, so the platforms go underneath those pillars. So if at any point, it goes underneath the pillar and I'm still on it, I'm getting knocked off basically. There we go. I think I did all of this just for an item, you know. But we gotta catch them all, and then I think we can go. Yeah, we can go across the top. That's why there was those platforms up in the ceiling that you kind of. Oh, you couldn't reach them because it's like an easy way of getting back out once you've earned the privilege of getting in the first place. Ooh, I don't remember this place. At least you're not blind doing it. Planning to cheese, Final Fantasy 6 moldy. I thought save state was the worst. Echoes of salt. Oh, hello. Is there any? I don't remember. Where does this go? Just the second plate and then do as you wish. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Moldy's played it before. Ah. There's a awkward little mechanic that I've got to do here. I've got to basically like bounce. There we go. Bounce off the lampshades. Thank you all. Oh! Straight into the flames. I feel like I don't even know where I'm going here. I mean, and it wasn't that long ago that I played the game. But, whatever. We'll go with it. Can't, you know, the thing is, you can, as I said before, you kind of, with these games, there's a lot of, you know, it's very open-ended, it's very kind of like, I'm back to the Mountains of the Endless Dusk. Oh, I've opened a shortcut. Okay, sneaky, sneaky. A shortcut that's not massively helpful, but a shortcut nonetheless. I don't know. Yeah, it was only a week ago I played this. But to be fair, I didn't do everything when I played it, so we will discover things in this playthrough that I've never seen before, because I haven't done it all. So it's not like this is a game I've already platinumed and I'm just doing it again for a laugh or whatever. Moldy, you are old. What? Right, this is not the way I want to go. Right? Oh, do I want to go? No, I don't. I don't want to go this way. What I want to do is head to boss number 3 and get some more lovely fruits and onions and herbs and all that good stuff for the sick people of Albero. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, it's not like we're in a rush, but I don't think we're gonna reach what is a very cool and very weird boss tonight. Okay, stop taking risks. Yeah, I don't think there's a very cool boss that I think we're not gonna quite see tonight. But it's fine. We'll see it next time. Whoa. Ah! No! Ooh. So how does the is the difficulty any different on the version you're playing, Noldy? Chop, chop, chop. Breaking those statues which are holding the chains, which are basically preventing the, you know, the bridge from moving. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to break a couple of those chains to kind of clear the path. Whoa! Steady on, lads. Yeah, I mean, there are some things, by the way, that I'll probably do off camera, just because, obviously nothing like, I won't do any, like, I won't be going into new areas off camera, I won't be doing, like, new stuff like that. I just mean, you know those, like, cherubs that are in the cages? Things like that, things that are, you know, collecting cherubs in areas that we've already been to, and I thought you were going to do it in one stream, jeez! I think you may underestimate how either how good I am or how short this game is. This is a nice meaty game. I mean, it's not the longest game in the world, but you'd be doing pretty good to complete it in a session. Vertebrae of John. It's just what I've always wanted. That was very close. Didn't know there were spikes below me. No, won't be completing it tonight. I am not some kind of blasphemous god. Yeah, it's a hard, it's a long game. Well, it's not a long game, but it's not a super short game. I mean, which I like. You know, you want to get your money's worth. I know some indies are like super short, and that's fine. You know, not, you know, length is not always the way to measure the quality of a game, but if a game's really good, then I would say no to a bit more. I think this took me something like 12 hours maybe to beat first time. Obviously I'm better now, so I mean there's two sides to looking at it. One, I'm better than I was when I first done it. Hey, that's beautiful. I can fit, I've got a couple of empty billory flasks, which I can, or maybe I've only got one. No, okay, I've only got one. So I added that, for the price, I added that billory flask to my kind of collection now. So now I've got 4. Now whenever I rest at a shrine, it'll always top up back to 4. I've kind of, you know, I've got that permanent increase now. Oh, god damn you. Right, let's take out the granny. She is the one. Ah! She's the one swinging the bell, which is making the kind of vibrations set off, which is causing me troubles. Good old... you know, I just love the kind of... There's real, like, variety to the combat in this. And well... I know it sound weird saying that, because you basically just have a sword and that's it, just your regular sword. But with all the different magic spells and all the different kind of customization you can do, you know, considering there's only one weapon, I think there's a good variety. Oi, oi. Cut another chain. Just what we were after. Can I go through there? I don't think I've ever done this before. Because that was about to... Oh, I have done this. This was a really cool puzzle. So basically, whenever you hit these... You might have seen, whenever you hit these, they vibrate. And then if that vibrates near to the glass, it smashes the glass. When the glass smashes, the gate opens. So I have to basically line these up so that that might be it, you know. 1, 2, 3. No. So I've got to basically line them up close enough so that there's a chain of, you know, there's like a domino effect of of all 5 of them. Like, one hits off the other one, and then eventually the last one breaks the glass and lets me in, and Bob's your uncle. Is that it? 1, 2, no. Huh? That didn't even interact with the next one next to it. Which makes me think maybe it needs to be a bit higher. Oh man. I remember this. Since the game isn't that hard, could you use a good challenge or just do the Umaro solo run? Oh! You're talking about... Did you just say Final Fantasy 6 isn't that hard? I mean, I'm not saying it's the hardest game in the world, but... Boom. Easy does it. Big chest. I want a big reward. A knot of rosary rope. So those knots of rosary rope, we're actually going to get a chance to use them pretty soon. We've got 2 of them now. And they are basically going to... They're what you put your rosary beads on. So, where are we? Yeah, so these little... That's your rosary bead necklace. So at the moment, it's like... It's got a possible 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 slots altogether that you could possibly have. At the moment, we can only use 2 of them. And by using those I have to give those rosary beads to a certain NPC, and when I do, that opens up an extra slot. I know, Claudio. I was saying this before. I think you must have missed it. Maybe you went here. Every single item in the game. I mean, that's quite a small bit of lore, but every single item, that's bigger. Every single one has got its own lore. And this is what I was saying. It's kind of like Dark Souls in that sense, where it doesn't like ram the story down your throat. It just says, hey, here's the story. You know, if you're interested in the story, either make the effort to read the items, or, you know, go onto the internet and read it or whatever. Like, so it's like the story exists, but it's up to you whether you want to, you know, whether you want to make the effort to kind of learn it. And where the hell am I? I actually don't know where. This is very interesting. I'm discovering all kinds of new stuff here. I mean, that was not good. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I've only played the game once, and I, you know, far from 100%ed it or anything, so it's not a great surprise. And I mean, I remember doing quite similar with Hollow Knight, actually, where I played it once, and then the second time I played it, I guess maybe because I had a better understanding of the mechanics. Oh, I can't reach over there. I need another, like, I need a special ability to be able to get over there, which I haven't got yet. So yeah, again, very similar to Hollow Knight. And not just, I always compare it to Hollow Knight, but it's because it's probably my favourite Metroidvania, but it applies to them all. Where you will, you know, discover, you'll discover kind of a certain path where maybe you can't go because you just can't jump far enough. And then later in the game, it's like, oh, cool, now I know how to double jump, so now I can go back there now. Or like you discover some other area that you can't get to. And then later on, you're like, oh, now I can wall climb, so I'll go back there now and do it. There's a lot of that kind of thing. Like, you know, you can't get to it at the moment, but later on you will be able to once you've discovered some new ability. So it kind of, like, where some of these games do have a bit of backtracking, and some people think, oh, backtracking's annoying. I think it kind of, it makes backtracking be not that bad, because there's a fun in backtracking, because you're kind of, even though you're going through areas that you've already been to before, you can kind of, you know, it's made going back to those areas more fun, because there's something, you know, there's something new to be done in them. Ah! I'm looking for something. I don't know where it is. You backtracking isn't necessary. Yeah, it's totally necessary in Metroidvanias. The key, and like I think if normally, it's tomorrow, Ace. Tomorrow, and I've already predicted. Moldy warned me against it, but I have already predicted that it's going to take about half an hour. So, although saying that, I actually don't know how long the final kind of cutscene story shenanigans are. So, for all I know, the cutscene shenanigans might be half an hour on their own. But yeah, so that's my prediction anyway. It was going to be just around the same time as normal, Claudio. I think I found it. Boom. Once you snap both of the chains, you ring the ding-dong, and you go into Grievous Ascendance. I believe, I think you can kind of instantly go back out of here and get something good, actually. Or there's something to be grabbed, I think, for just kind of jumping back out and jumping to the side. Ah, you can open a shortcut. Or not? Oh, hang on. Boom. Okay. So that kind of makes that where? Oh, okay. Old lady is causing some trouble. She's ringing the bell, which does those vibrations. So I gotta get to her before she rings it again. Take that, you old witch. A bouquet of rosemary. Delightful. Ah, bouquet of old rosemary. I believe I've got to give that to... Again, I'm going to have to give that to the guy before I beat the boss. If I beat the boss first, before I give that to him, someone's going to die, trophy's gone, platinum's gone. I'm going to be very sad. This thankfully, thank God, is the only it's pretty much the only side quest that has this level of like annoyingness to it. It's the only one that's kind of like there's quite a big bit that's like missable. And you kind of have to do it in a specific order. The clerics die. Basically the rule is if you enter an area, well, as soon as you've entered an area, you have to have each area has got a particular item in, like a piece of food, garlic, whatever. Once you've entered that area, and it doesn't matter if you kind of take a step in and walk straight out, you walk in by accident. As soon as you've entered that area is like triggered, and you have to get the item from that area and give it to him before you kill the boss from that area. So that's all it is. Like, you know, you have to make sure that you give him the item before you kill the boss from that area. Which is fine, because it's not like you can, it's not like you're gonna accidentally kill a boss. You know what I mean? Like, so as long as you know that that's what you've got to do. As I say, you're not going to accidentally kill a boss. So we are back. Actually, I might be able to get some upgrades. That's 7,000. Jesus, I forgot how expensive these things are. The Sacred Lunge. So here, this is what a dash is like, right? This is your R2. You can use this to kind of dodge things, get you around faster. You can literally like iframe through enemies with it. So this is your kind of go-to dodge. If you dodge, now that I've unlocked that, if you dodge and attack, yeah, you can do that, which is really good. You know, obviously you're dodging at the same time and doing a really nice attack. Yeah, it's easy not to fail, providing that you, like, the game doesn't tell you that that's how it works. So it's easy not to fail once you know that's how it works. But you wouldn't know that's how it works unless you ask someone or whatever.
Merciful be, penitent one. With your contribution, the work of this brotherhood carries on.
Alucard Dash? Do not know what that is. Okay. I don't think I have anything else to give you guys.
Time out, but if your penance sorrowful.
Right. I'm so scared. It's that I don't want, like, I'll be gutted if I screw up somehow. Because the thing is, there's as I said, once you enter an area, you've kind of triggered that bit of the thing. So if I might have accidentally stepped into some other area and then triggered and then not collected the kind of the goodies from that area yet. So I just kind of walked in once and then left. So that's how you can possibly make a mistake. But yeah, I mean, you know, I should be fine. I've come prepared. That's basically the only side quest that I knew would cause me a little bit of trouble and had the potential to kind of mess me up. And because of that, I read, I mean, to the point of it was excessive. Like, I read multiple walkthroughs of the same, basically telling you how to do that side quest, even though, you know, they're all essentially the same. I could have just read one, but I was being cautious. I just want, you know, sometimes you read one walkthrough and you think, oh, it's fine, this is how you do this, and then someone else goes, oh, well, actually, you know, you have to make sure that you're not wearing this piece of armor while you do it or something. You know, everyone's got something to add. Yeah, on Mikkel, the game is so it's really good. I proper love it. I mean, so much so, like, I completed this game a week ago and I'm playing it again. Like, and there's free DLC with it as well that I haven't done yet, which I'm told Ace will be happy to know. The free DLC includes the five bosses that are harder than anything else in the main game. 5 bonus, brand new, rage-inducing bosses. Are you dead? Okay, that worried me a bit. I think she's, like, glitched, which is alarming, because I have to kill them to be able to leave the room. But I am pretty sure that, you know, she's glitched, and, yeah, it counts as though she's dead. She's just hanging around. Oh, Dracula. Oh, hello. Steady on. Ah! Okay, I need to get out of here fast because I'm low on bile flasks, or rather, so low means 0. So I don't want to get into too many fights if I can avoid it. Ooh. Oh, hang on, wait. I've got a feeling there might be a thing through here to save. Oh god, no, there isn't. Definitely not. Oh, not you again! Right, I'm off. There's no cage on the door, I'm leaving. Oh man. The plot thickens. Oh! No. I'll be heartbroken if I die now. No! Oh! No! Ah, how far back are we going? Oh look, there you go. So, and it's quite handy. It shows you where your kind of death symbol is, which is obviously, whether this was intentional or not, it's kind of, I assume the primary reason for doing that is so that you know where your death symbol is to go and collect it. But the added bonus is, if you die and you were kind of like, oh, I don't know where I was, well, you've also got a marker saying, like, this is where you died. So if you want to get back to where you died, you know, you've got a marker. You just have to work your way down. Right, guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just give me 1 moment. Yo, how's it going, peeps? Yeah, I saw you talking about the that with the Brazilian president. What the hell is that all about? Like, I haven't seen them. I just saw you mention it. That sounds a bit weird. Careful. Don't blow it. Pixie's Bowser. God, the spikes are so like scary. One shot kills, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's my kind of rushing and it's the speedrunner in me, but it's just so easy to kind of accidentally just, you know, be in a bit of a rush and God. Right, take out the old lady. Ah! God damn it. No! Yeah, there's, I mean, I really love, I don't know if there's any other games that are like this. I can't think of any other games that have got this style of kind of like, you know, religious craziness of, you know, nuns going, nuns killing you and, no! And guys going around with crosses and holes in their chest, and you know, like everything's with all the kind of religious symbology. Symbology? That's the word. What the hell's the word that I'm thinking of? I don't think symbology is the word. I don't think symbology is a word. Symbolism. I think. I just made up a word. Symbolism, I think, is the word I was looking for. Shin Megami Tensei. I've got the devil in each game. Alright, fair enough. I mean, Bloodborne's a bit like, I guess it is a bit like, is quite religious. Yeah, I got there in the end, Moldy. But not before I'd invented a new word.
Oh, thou art the answer to my prayers. The Order thanketh thee for thine aid.
So he wanted me to get the lifts. What, the elevators, like, working again?
It is of little use for me to remain here. Go with the Father, O penitent one.
4th toe made of limestone. Just what I've always wanted. Have you got your 4th toe made of limestone? Yeah, that's a good point. They may be, I guess it's a kind of a topic that is going to be frowned upon by quite a lot of people, and maybe they're just, it's not worth the hassle, upsetting, you know, a lot of potential customers. I remember thinking, has anyone read American Gods, I think it's called? I like it, but I remember reading it, and then, I read it and I liked it, and then I heard that they were going to make a film of it, and I thought, oh god, really? Like, you know, my memory of that is basically, if I remember rightly, you know, the end game is like, you know, I don't know if I should say, because I suppose it's a spoiler for the book. But the end game, the end of that book, would very much be found, I would say, would be found quite offensive to people who are religious. Aha, this is it, peeps. The Brotherhood of the Silent Shadow. This is where I wanted to get to. So 1, we get a sword upgrade. I love this place. Lots of cool stuff to be done here. Sword upgrade. Thank you. Just checking there's no fake walls. Can't be too sure. This is like, I guess I like a home from home. It's not quite home, but it has got a teleport room there, and it has also got, so if you ever want to kind of, if you want to get to one of those statues so that you can level, you know, buy an ability, you can teleport right there. If you ever want to give him one of your knots, your Rosary Bead knot things,
do not fear my body,
here's the lady,
through which so much lightness and darkness pass, nor my visage, which appears disfigured from behind these golden bars. Soledad by name, I was looked up on the orders of His Holiness in this cage, that the miracle then proceeded to decorate. The High Will has granted me the opportunity to help you, while my body remains a blue flame. I will wait, sleeping, until you hand the knots over to me, so that my hands of smoke may tie them.
Yep, there you go. Have a new knot. So again, I think there's 6 of these available in the game. 6 of these knots to give, and I gotta give them into her each time I give them in. I think we've only got 2 at the moment. I could be wrong. But, there we go. She says return when you've got some more. So each time, I previously remember I only had 2 slots. I had the ability to equip 2 different things. Now I've got the ability to equip 4 different things. And, you know, so as you get more of those slots, you can get more cool stuff. It aids the connection with the miracle, accelerating the use of powers. So now that I've got these, I'm going to stick something in them. The determination of its former wearer offers protection against lightning attacks. Don't think I'm going to come... I mean, that's... Obviously, that's the kind of thing you use when you know you're fighting a boss who does lightning or whatever. It recovers health when destroying surrounding objects. its frosted oils bolster the wearer's defense when their strength is nearly exhausted. The strange energy fills the wearer with determination. Reinforce the vitality of the wearer. Stony scrutiny reveals the vital essence of enemies. I mean, that's semi-interesting. Do you know what? I'm going to equip that just for a laugh, actually. Because I think it shows that. I think what it does is shows the health bars of enemies, and it might be quite interesting just to see them. It's like permanent Libra that works. Hello, sir.
Bitter moments reunite us again, penitent one. An unsurmountable wall seemeth to interpose itself between our feet and our holy destinations. Will there ever be a blessing that save us from this sorrow?
Is there any equipment that makes the game harder? No, not that I know of. Although, Torment mode, you know, the thing that you do in NG+. First of all, there's Torment mode, which is basically hard mode, and then on top of that, this guy, by the way, was moaning that basically his path is blocked, and we're obviously going to have to help him out on his journey. Help this pilgrim get where he's going, so we're gonna have to clear the path for him. Yeah, so there's nothing that makes it harder as such, but although, well, nothing in the main game, but then there's Torment mode, and then within Torment mode there is, like, I can't remember what they are. If you look it up you can find out. Within Torment mode there are like 4 different things, like 4 different like handicaps you can basically give your character that you don't, you know, it's harder anyway naturally, but if you want to give yourself an extra handicap, you can do that in handicap mode. Sorry, in Torment mode you can give yourself like an extra handicap on top of the handicaps that the game already gives you. So yeah, Torment mode sounds like the mode for you, Ace. Oh! I don't even know where I am now. Okay, I'm close. God damn. I don't think I'm that far back. We'll see. See how long it takes us to get to that pilgrim guy, because that's basically where we were. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, spikes. Like, most things are fine, but spikes are instant death, and so is just like falling down a pit kind of thing. Any kind of, you know, if you fall just like off screen, you're dead. You know, some, like when we were up in the mountain, there were places where you could fall to your death. Not, you know, not all areas have those kind of death drops. I'm trying to do this very fast, which is probably not wise. Whoa. So this is a little, again, this is a totally optional little like, I guess, like platforming, you know, side quest to keep this guy happy, but it gets me an item and it does his side quest, both of which things I have to do for the platform. Because remember, this guy's path was blocked and he said, you know, oh, I can't get past. Well, maybe if you have a great chap like me who can fight his way through spikes.
I'm not worthy of thine infinite compassion. Blessed are those of us who find it. I will pray for thee and thank the Master for his holy encounter. Now my feet are marching towards holy prohibitions. How can a simple pilgrim advance through such fortification? O fraternal father, O master of pilgrims, how arduous are your upcoming trials?
Claudio's outraged. Like, just checking if it's a breakable wall. Yeah, Claudio is outraged. Yeah, it's coming, Claudio. One day in the we'll be back. We'll be playing Final Fantasy 4. We'll be playing Final Fantasy 20, and spikes will do no harm. Not to throw spikes in Final Fantasy. But we'll be alright. We'll be playing Mega Man 15, and spikes will just take a little bit of health off you. So I've got to work my way back to the guy who wants the vegetables and stuff. Give him his stuff. Help his poor clerics. Ace has decided they're clerics. I'll go with that. I don't really know what they are. It's good enough for me. Look at that. You get a little health bar now because I've got that item attached. I mean, you don't get to see the health bar for very long because I'm just destroying them. But still. I mean, and it's really not that necessary because the only time where you really want a health bar is bosses, and you get that anyway. We're off to face our next boss very soon, actually. I just remembered I said that you've got to you're never allowed to face a boss before you've handed over the goods. Otherwise they die. If you're hit by the clerics, it fills up. If your HP's filled up, you're revived and the game is over. Oh Jesus. That's an interesting way of doing it. Have a dried clove, sir.
Merciful.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally clicked. Don't think I've got any more to give him.
Time outside these walls. But if you're penitent, sorrowful.
Right, okay. Okay, I've given him... Has anyone kept count? I think I've given him 4 items. I think. Well, it is what it is. We're going to do our best. We're going to try not to screw it up. And if we do, we do. Have you played the World of Goo and the old Prince of Persia games? I've played old Prince of Persia games as in like at like proper old, like Mega Drive old. But I've played the first one. I didn't even know. Was there a sequel on the Mega Drive? Don't let the blog. I'm doing my best, Ace. I really don't want to let them die. We are off to face our next boss now, though. Just round the corner. I've never even heard of World of Goo, so the answer is no to that one. I've never even heard of it. But I have played the I've played the first Prince of Persia. I've got no interest in playing the 3D ones because it just feels like, to me at least, it's like, oh, from what I understand, it feels like they've just like, I don't know, they've just sold out to kind of to just join the rest of the category, you know, to join the rest of the games and just, you know, be the same type of game as everyone else is making. I mean, I might be like jumping the gun there, and I might be actually wrong about that, but it's kind of like, you know, they were kind of a very specific type of game back in the day. You know, it was kind of like Flashback, if you remember that. Whereas now, as far as I'm aware, it's just like, you know, another whatever. It could be Uncharted, or it could be, you know, Tomb Raider, or like, you know, it's just like, well, we've got enough of those games. We don't need another one, really. So now that you don't have anything unique to offer, then there's no big incentive to play that game over anything else that does kind of the same thing. But yeah, so I haven't played the I have not played the newer ones. I played the very first one. Here we go. It's boss time, which means it's the 3rd time that Viridiana is going to help me. Which means I'm going to get her prayer if things go well. What do I want to do? I'm going to go with that one. So this one is the latest spell that I've got. I've got 3 different spells right now. That one's the first one. Sends out lightning bolts. That one for like 30 seconds. I can't remember the time limit. I'm going to say 30 seconds. It's something like that. For 30 seconds, it makes your attack speed go up a lot. This one, for 30 seconds, every time you hit... Every time you do damage, you recover some health. So it's like... You know, it's like your sword's got drain on it or something. Which is really handy for like tanking enemies. Because you can just like sit there attacking them loads. Knowing that, yeah, I'm going to get hurt. But I'm healing myself loads just by attacking. Here we go. No, we don't. Yes, we do. The 3 sages, or Trey. Well, their names are all like Latin or whatever. Trey. I don't think it is sages. I just made that up. Trey Augustius or something. I don't know what that means. But yeah, this is pretty like carnage. So I'm climbing up the walls because I've got flames below me. It's an auto scroller. Watch out for that. Looks like an end game move by like a Final Fantasy boss, and a nasty one at that. And it is nasty. You get hit by that, you can pretty much say goodbye to your health. So yeah, I've got to move up the room fast because the flames are on my tail. You get caught by the flames, dead. Oh, is it Anguish? How cool. Claudio with the knowledge. I guess it's a perfect name then. God. Sometimes you got to do the wall climbing. You got to do whatever it takes to get out of there. And you got all kinds. There's a lot of bosses in this, and I like it. I guess I'm a big fan of Cuphead. I was going to say there's a lot of bosses that feel very Cupheady in this. It's very like, you know, you got to figure out the boss patterns. You got to figure out where their kind of moves come from, and then. No! Ah! Okay, that's what happens when you get hit by the purpleness. You do get a little kind of trigger a little warning that with the little kind of glowing orbs at the bottom to tell you where they're going to land, which part of the screen they're going to attack. Yes, we did the big slash into your face. Trey Augustus. Is that the boss baby? It is a dead boss baby. It's funny you should say boss baby. There is a boss in this that is a baby. I'm looking forward to showing that one off. That is a weird boss. Oh yeah, hang on. We've got to talk to her.
I feel fortunate to partake in this victory. Before I depart, I want these words.
I'll explain that now, Claudio.
So that you remember our pact.
Sarabanda of the Safe Haven.
Penitent one in silence. Now resume your journey.
No, a baby. A baby, Claudio. A big baby. Very large baby. Yeah, okay, so her name is Vidianda or something. And she, kind of like Solaire in Dark Souls, offers to help you before each boss fight. It's up to you whether you can say yes or no. And each time... So when you first meet her, she's really young. And then if you offer to help her... Oh, sorry. I mean, there's probably some hidden lore behind this. I'm sure there is. I just don't know what it is exactly. But basically, first time she offers to help, she's really young. You say if she helps, the next time you meet her, she'll be a bit older. Then you ask her to help again. Next time you meet her, she's a bit older. After the third time of helping, she's an old lady and she dies. I don't, you know, it sounds like this game's got a ton of lore. I haven't looked into it. So I don't know why she ages and then dies by helping us. Don't know.
May the gold in my visage melt and erase the contrition of your soul.
Have a guess why I'm asking her, Claudio. I don't even need her help. She provides no help at all. She's garbage. Have a guess why I'm asking for her help anyway.
Heart of guilt, return now from the dream.
Holy wound of contrition. So then leave her alive. You madman. I ask for her help because there is a trophy associated with it. You see, when she died there, she gave me her, like, her prayer. Which is, prayers in this are spells. So she gave me her spell before she died. So, sadly, she has to take one for the team. To hand over the spell that I need for the platinum. She understands. She's willing to go down for the platinum.
You have been allowed to meet the visage of contrition.
Afraid not, Claudio. Afraid not. There's no love in this game. No trophies for keeping her alive, I'm afraid.
Penitent one in silence. After bowing before the holy custodian visages, the door at the end of the Bridge of Calvary has been opened. Traverse now its threshold under the strict eye of His Holiness. We penitents carry such guilt that perhaps the affliction is giving us a second breath. But be wary. Amongst prayers, it might silently come creeping to us one day.
Killing defenseless old ladies just for a trophy. Cheers, pointy hat. He's got good fashion sense. I do, and there's no finer sound than the double pop of getting the final trophy and then the platinum next to it. You didn't see her, by the way, Claudio, but this is you did. Yeah, sons. This is the Lady of the Six Blades. She has 6 swords stabbed into her chest. Each time we remove one, it increases our maximum HP a little bit. So basically the 6 opportunities to increase your max health.
Take the next of my deep pains.
The very first time we meet her, we get a proper cutscene with the boobs and everything. Okay. I was trying to get to that somehow, but I'm not sure how. There'll be a way. We're gonna have to get to it because we need them all. There can be no collectible left behind after this. Yeah, so the whole point of the game, up to this point at least, was kind of past the 3 humiliations, which we've done, in order to kind of open the gate on the other side of the bridge. And that's what we've... Oh, okay, I thought there might be a little gap under the... It looked like there was a little gap under that wall. Just kind of sneak under there. Maybe a secret passage. Judging by the position the swords are actually plunged into her heart. Yeah, it doesn't look like a nice... it doesn't look like she's having a great time, to be honest. I cannot remember. I mean, I was going to say I can't remember where I'm going, but hang on, we've been this way. Definitely not going that way. But that's the beauty of a metroidvania. 1, you can go anywhere. 2, you probably, if you're going to platinum it, then you're gonna need to go everywhere. Okay, can't go that way. But yeah, you're gonna need to go everywhere. So there's no kind of, there is no wrong way, for me at least. You might do it in a different order, but yeah, you can never go wrong when you've got to do it all anyway. Oh, Yeah, creepy dude number 18 or whatever.
2 faces greet you, penitent one. My name is Nacimiento. Look at my chest, upon which an ancient visage grows older and older. A face that does not speak, that does not think, while mine becomes younger, such that I now look like a child. Such a terrible sentence is this, that I do not understand its purpose. No matter how much I reflect on the sin that I may have committed to deserve it, the grace of the miracle is present even in those who are punished. Perhaps I might reduce the magnitude of this sentence by helping you.
Wow, Claudio with the language knowledge again. I didn't know what Nacimiento meant.
Bring me the quicksilver, which is capable of flourishing under our feet in any place at the whim of the grievous one, and I will mix it with the bile from your flasks, thereby enhancing its gift.
Yeah, I commented on that. I think the voice acting is really good in this, especially like when I play little indie games like this. I don't even expect voice acting. Like most usually they don't even bother putting any in. Improve. I don't know if I need to do this or I'm gonna say no at the moment because I just don't know if this is gonna screw me out of a platinum. So basically,
bring me the quicksilver.
If I give him some stuff, it will improve the strength of my flasks. I think, like how much they heal me, but I'm not entirely sure if, because I know one of the trophies is to get all the bile flasks, and it sounded like I was gonna have to sacrifice a bile flask to in order to get that upgrade. So I don't know. I shall leave it for now and investigate. Yeah, I mean, you know, most European languages come from Latin anyway, or at least a lot of them. So there's usually kind of, that's why usually when you kind of, I don't know, if you look at the name of a phobia or something, you can usually have a good guess at what the phobia is, because the, you know, the roots of the word are usually, you know, in Latin. It's actually really nice having the health bar. I mean, some people would probably say, "No, what are you doing?" But I never put that ability on myself the whole time playing first time, where I now have health bars on the enemies. You know my obsession with knowing health bars. I mean, it's just kind of, I don't know, I feel like it just reduces stress a little bit, because it's kind of like, you know how close you are to beating them or whatever, and so it's like, I don't know, like if you know that you're one hit away from killing them, then maybe you go all out and you get that one last hit or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's sometimes it can just change. It can, you know, it's more than just knowing for the sake of knowing. Sometimes it's actually helpful. Although I do mostly just like it for the sake of it. Right, here we go. So we did get to this bridge. Okay, we're not. Oh, there it is.
Oh, penitent one, is it true that the roads are free? Wondrous vision thou allowest me to behold. Blessed be our encounter.
Hey. So basically, he would have asked me to help him out and open up the shortcut, but I've already done it. So, job done. So you'll see, obviously, we're going to come across him a few times. We've already, I think that's our third meeting with him so far. Almost our last one. There's a trophy related to getting the, kind of, helping the pilgrim to kind of cross, you know, to complete his journey or whatever. So I'm like slowly, like I fixed the bridge for him, then I got through that maze for him and cleared the path. Then I had to clear the path there. I think once or twice more, and then I'll have kind of helped him complete his journey, and then I'm gonna put the one on. Spoilers. I'm gonna put the one on that provides me some protection against lightning attacks, because I'm about to face someone who likes to use the lightning. That's precisely why I prefer no health bars. Makes you fight seriously to the end. If you know an enemy's almost dead, you might let your guard down. Oh no, well, but the other way around. Like, if you know they're nearly dead,
I know
you know if it's safe to go for it or not.
I can't see you. Hear my plea. After your departure, it is now my turn to prove I'm deserving of our captain's trust. I will not fail, Chrysanta. And may the greatest of pains devour me if I let the penitents through this door. On your guard, penitent one.
Do it. So this is the first boss that isn't a monster. This is, you know, a regular dude with the power of lightning in a big axe or something. But still, regular. So this is like, you know, it's quite a different fight in terms of what you have to do. And, you know, but as always, you know, it's about kind of learning their patterns. And did you get a lot in, by the way, I was going to ask this because it may be a deal breaker between, like, about how excited I am to play it. In Castlevania, do you get like a load of like boss fights like this? No, well, not specifically like this, but you know, like you get in Castlevania, whether it's either Symphony of the Night or just other ones, do you get you know, like do an area, get a boss fight, do an area, get a boss fight, that kind of thing. Yeah, this guy's got a bit more health than a lot of the other guys. Thankfully, I've and also you'll see as you progress that I think from now on all of the bosses have like multiple phases. So he's whipping out boomerangs of light now, and that's not his final phase. God damn. You know, and then obviously the other phases are triggered by they're triggered by you kind of lowering their health. So he'll like, you know, he'll change phase at half health and then he'll change again at quarter or something like that. Ooh. Whoa! 1, 2. Ah! Oh, I think that's my last flask. No, I've got one more flask. Boom, boom. Get out of there. Oh god, yeah, see. He's brought a companion along for his final phase. Absolute garbage. Get out. Cheat. It's worse than using a save state, that is. Bringing friends along. It's not the way it works. I don't have to fight their friend, by the way. But obviously, that doesn't stop them trying to hurt me. Like, I don't have to kill them for the purposes of winning the fight. But I have to not get killed by them. Whoa! No! I thought I had this in the bag. No! Come on, come on. Go on! Ah, no! Stabbed in the back by their mates. Look at their health. It's so close. So close. Go on. No! Oh my god! Look at that! Did you see their health? Did you see their health? That was the thinnest of slithers left. Once more into the beach. Right. I'll do my same trick as last time. Collecting
Sister,
yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever. Thank God for skippable dialogue before a boss fight. Yeah, so picking up your little shard thing to fill up your, picking up your shadow thing, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, slightly restores your health. So it just makes sense to not pick it up while you've got full health. Just kind of leave it there for a bit and then just kind of use it as almost like an extra health flask. I mean, this would be even harder if I didn't have that item on that provides me with defense against lightning attacks. Again, you know, that's one of the cool things about, you know, the customization of the stuff you can do. Right, I think it's about time. So, whoa! About time to get my thing back. Look at this though, we've done nice damage and we haven't even used the flask yet. It's Claudio being forced to eat cake. What a hard life. Tough times for Claudio. Here we go. Got him below half. Just whip out the magics whenever I get a chance. It's just free damage. Boom. We're doing really well this time. We're you know, look at his health and we haven't even drank a flask yet. Don't blow it now. So often though, like, I mean, obviously we're getting to the end stage of the fight now, which is gonna be. See what I mean? It's all falling apart, and the health flasks don't actually recover that much health, so they're kind of not as good as you'd think. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still good, but they only restore maybe, you know, a quarter of your health if you're lucky. Come on, not getting this close again to fail. Unleash the beast. Come on, come at me. Come at me. Oh, no! Your flying mate's in the way. Oh, don't forget as well, the dash attack is like really good to kind of cover. Boom! Speak of the devil. Finished him with one.
Sister, forgive me. Now I will cross over to the other side of the dream and return to your side.
Yeah, it's good for the dash attack is good for like covering a lot of ground quick. If you want to like get an attack in quick and they're far away from you, you can just like dash across them. That Taranto, we just got a new spell from. That is basically like rains down thunder from the sky. Basically his special attack. He did say sister, but I think he meant sister as in the religious sense. You know, like you would call a brother, you would call a monk brother something, and a nun sister something. Yeah, I think he meant it in the religious sense, and I think he's talking about his his leader, who he's just failed by dying.
And my aged skin into reddish bark.
The Ferris tree. More dead bodies to chat to. They make great conversation. You wish your sister was a bird. Nice little teleport. That's gonna come in handy. Ooh. I can't remember what we do here. Oh, hello, sir. Sure, you'll tell me.
Those you have removed from punishment were Perpetua and Esdras, foundling siblings who went on to be part of his.
Oh no, it was his sister. He meant literally sister. Those who were removed from punishment were Perpetua and Esdra. I know his name's Esdras. I mean, foundling siblings who went on to be part of His Holiness's guard. So there you go. I have no idea what the plot of the game is, Claudio, and I've completed it. But I borderline know what the plot of Dark Souls is, and I've completed that about 5 times. It's one of those, I've said this a few times, but it's like Dark Souls. It's one of those games where it does seem like there's a big, massive, expansive lore if you want to find out. Like, it seems like it's one of those games where if you don't care, you can play it and it doesn't matter. If you do care, you can go and find out. But it's very, like, if you just purely play the game and don't look into anything very much, then it's quite vague. But So I can't really offer you any help there.
Letsgo could speak to her brother even after death.
Yeah, it's amazing, Dr. Schwarzer. I'm in the process of platinum it right now. It's gonna be my first ever platinum that I get on stream. For twisted are the paths of the miracle. You're just a sword dude. Yep, that's it. That's as far as my knowledge goes. But if Dr. Schwarzer seems like a big fan. So they might know more. Whoa! They might know more than I do when it comes to that was a very sneaky little trying to throw me into some spikes. Yeah, they might know more than me about the lore and stuff. Although we are probably going to be ending the stream quite soon because we are 1, nearly 4 hours in. 2, I've made absolute. That was cheeky. That was very. That was very cheeky. Oh, there's no way we can get across that gap. We're gonna have to clearly come at it from another way. Don't forget, by the way, we've still got to collect the goodies to help the clerics or whatever they are stay alive. You know, we're in a brand new area, which means somewhere around here is going to be a piece of food. We need to find it, and we need to get it back to him before we kill the boss of this area. Or before we kill the next boss. It might not necessarily... I don't think there is a boss of this area. But before we kill the next boss, we have to give that food over. Oh, you... The trollage is never ending. Thankfully, we don't have to go back very far. But yeah, I was going to say, yeah, 1, we are being going for nearly 4 hours, which is kind of the norm anyway. And 2, I can't believe how much progress I've made. I mean, I'm seriously I mean, not counting the fact that we've got to get all the collectibles and all that. If we're just talking the main game, I'm like nearly halfway already. In fact, I probably am halfway. I don't know. What do you think, Dr. Schwarzer? I can't... You probably know the game better than me. I've only played it once before. Do you reckon once you kind of, you know, kill the first 3 bosses, cross the bridge, do you reckon that's about halfway? The way I did it was, I went down into Mercy Dreams and killed the guy who's like a tree. Then I went up this place to kill the big face. And then I went down to John Doe to kill the 3, you know, the 3 anguish ones or whatever they're called. Oh, you... Come on, man. This is absolutely outrageous to be pulling these shenanigans above spikes. But yeah, I think I'm probably about the halfway. I'll let past the ultimate cheese so you can enjoy that ending. Did he finished off Kafka even with the ultimate spam? He's still tough. What? I mean, I thought he was tough. Oh, well, I thought I assume he was tough because I didn't hang around long enough to find out, to be honest. Because I was a bit sick of the game by that point. Well, that's not fair. I was sick of the difficulty, is what I was sick of. But yeah, so where the hell am I supposed to go from here? Can I go like that? I can't. What the? Ugh. I think this might be. Ah, okay. I haven't got the upgrades that I need to do that right now. The library, Mother and Mothers, and the rooftops, and the sleeping canvases. Only 2 of those are area bosses. Yeah. I mean, I've done this, but I have played the game before, but it was well, it wasn't a while ago. It was about a week ago, but nonetheless, can't remember it exactly. But yeah, I figure I'm probably about the halfway mark. That's my guess. How do I get to you? Okay, can't get that yet. Yeah, so Kefka is like... I mean, I'm sure he's hard normally, but when I cheesed him, then I didn't find him hard. But that's because I cheesed him. So, you know, I have no doubt that he would be a very tough foe if I'd have fought him fair and square instead of I don't like to say cheating because I didn't. I used a game mechanic that exists in the game that was put in there by the devs, and you know, all I've done is use game mechanics that the game created. Olive seeds, there we go. That needs to they need to go back to the dude. I might do that now actually, just to be on the safe side. Oh, screw it. Nah, we'll probably find another teleport somewhere else. You cheated. Excuse me. The game has put in an ability where you can, you know, the game created an ability for you to cast Ultima that only cost 1 magic point and dual cast, and I used it.
Penitent one, heed my confession. Cowardice taketh root inside of me in the face of this new test by the grievous...
You tell him, Avocado.
Who are we pilgrims, if not sinners, who have chosen wandering as the gentlest of penances?
Oh yeah, I mean, if I was... Yeah, if I play the game again, I'll totally do it not that way, you know.
Let my bent back cover my tears.
I'll take him on fair and square if I do replay the game.
Penitent one, may they trade?
I'm not sure what he wants. Oh! These guys, I mean, I don't know what the hell these are. They're like, I don't know, very angry chickens. Oh, Jesus. Okay, getting lower on health than I would like. Oh, man. Right, suck on this. Man, he takes a proper pound and... Getting the timing of that ball, I always get it wrong. Didn't get the 1 HP, really? Didn't need it. You didn't do the true cheese then. So I did the thing where you can basically dual cast Ultima and it only costs 1 magic point to do it. Which kind of trivializes it slightly. You know, you can just do the most powerful move in the game twice in a row for per turn for 1 magic point. But hey, I still had to keep everyone else alive. A magicless run? Oh, come on. That's not fair. Like, even if you take away the power of the ladies, magic is so powerful. Like, I mean, even if you take away the full-on cheese, just regular magic is so good in that.
3 words. Here is where the first miracle took place. One devout and tormented youngster asked the High Will for punishment.
Yeah, it was. That was the series, Claudio. Because I think the next one after that was 8, and 8 was like, no help at all. Do not tell me anything. That 6 was the series where it kind of crossed the line, and it was just like there was too much help, and we were just like, no, like this can't go on again.
he placed a wooden log where he sat and prayed. He prayed hoping to be heard. He prayed for pain, so he could ease the guilt that sharply pierced his soul. Then it made roots grow and twist over his arms and legs, but not a cry nor a complaint came out from his mouth. Every inhabitant of this land bore witness to it, and all of them prayed before the besought eternal joy of that youngster. This triune tree that sprouted years after his death was named the Knot of the Three Words, for 3 are its twisted trunks, and 3 were the words spoken by that youngster before he died. My great guilt. Every year from its core flows a golden, burning liquid, perpetuating his memory and perhaps to remind us that the first miracle has not abandoned us. For twisted are, were, and will be the paths of the miracle.
Tell you what, try going on to Reddit and asking a question about this game, and I guarantee someone will reply with that phrase. It's like, I don't know, don't go hollow in Dark Souls or whatever. You go onto a forum and you ask about anything about this game, and some smart ass will just reply with that. It's like, thanks for the help. I love the music in this. It starts to kind of like, whoa, starts to get going a bit. Yeah. Yeah, 6 is definitely, I'd say 6 is definitely the toughest I've played, by a long way. I can't even, I'm trying to think what would be next toughest. I mean, I'm reluctant to say 4 because 4 only got tough at the end of game boss. That was literally it. Like, before the end of game boss, it was fine. I had no problems at all. I mean, I'm not saying it was the easiest game in the world, but you know, I didn't have major problems with anything in 4 until the end of game boss. Yeah, the music gets going a bit here, Claudio. And the music's really good as well. I think you'd probably hear it better if you were playing the game yourself. Which I strongly recommend you all do. You know? This is like, honestly, this is so good. If you like these kind of games, then, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's also, on account of being an indie, you know, cheaper than most other games. I think 5 might be similar than 6, difficulty-wise. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, you're right, it is hard to predict. And there's an element of kind of like, sometimes you never know whether someone's gonna like, you know, accidentally stumble across a puzzle boss, or like, or someone's just gonna like miss, you know, like miss out on a certain mechanic and then just accidentally make their life a lot harder, or they're gonna, you know, you just never know what you like, what might happen. Oi oi! Consecrated amethyst. Beautiful. Yeah, it really is, Claudio. Honestly, like I'm, you know, I've got a selection of indie games that I proper love. Hollow Knight, Celeste, Cuphead. They're some, like Super Meat Boy. I think they're some of the best games ever. Never mind the best indie games ever. I honestly think this is like, this is went up there for me with them. I think you have to come back to that pedestal when you've completed the journey of the pilgrim. You know, the old guy. Oh! Jeez. Do you know what? I think I might, I'm going to whip out the spell that basically restores my health while I'm attacking. And do some attacking. Because otherwise, I'm going to be dead in a minute. See, look at that. That is a nice, juicy increase. Ah, there's no more enemies. That was a nice, juicy increase. Oh, I love this room. How cool is this room? There's basically a big, ginormous bell swinging that is going to have strong words with these guys. Get out! Oh. Ah! God. They're going to have strong words with me as well. I think it's an indie game. Oh, it's yeah. It's definitely an indie game. And you can usually tell whether it's an indie game by the price. Which is one of the great things about indie games. I think you're kind of like you're just more. For me, I know I am. I'm more willing to give games a chance at that kind of price point. Whereas it's why I don't buy a lot of. It's why I don't just go and buy like Death Stranding and then. I don't know, I'm trying to think of all these AAA games. I know, you know, I don't know, Death Stranding and then Control and whatever. Like, I don't just bang out AAA games because at 50, you know, 50 quid a go, I just don't, you know, it's expensive to keep. Oh, hello. We'll grab him first. Yoink. 11 out of 38. Yeah, it's expensive to keep buying games at 50, and not only that, but it's like you don't want to take the risk that a game's pretty average at that price. Whereas if you buy a game for $10 and it's not that great, you don't feel too kind of you don't feel so hard done by. Yes. This is what I was looking for. I didn't know that it was here, but I was just looking for... My health was so low, I was just desperately looking for a... for an opportunity to get some health back. Oh, hang on. No. That's a boss fight. It's a boss fight, and I have not provided the... I've not provided the kind of the last bit of food for that guy. So I'm gonna have to ditch that. Hello, cheekymonkey. Chance to, it's a good job I did this because it's a chance to upgrade the strength of my sword before the next boss fight, which is always good. Optimizers. Do you know what? It doesn't really matter what I'm even doing here because actually, I need some of those to buy stuff from shops. I'm going to save some of my cash. It doesn't even matter really what I upgrade because one of the trophies is to upgrade everything. So I'm going to have to do it anyway. Like, whether I do it now or whatever, at some point I'm going to have to buy every single upgrade. So, right, okay, so we remember that right by this is where the boss is. I think the convent is my favourite song. Is this the convent? No, this is Mother and Mothers, isn't it? Oh, the convent's where the big face boss is, isn't it? I wish there was a quick way of getting back. There must be a quick way, because there always is. That's the joy of metroidvanias. There's always a shortcut somewhere. I just haven't discovered it yet, clearly. I'd rather have AAA batteries than a AAA game, not gonna lie. What are you gonna do with your AAA batteries? Oh, there's a dead body there in a very awkward place, and I do need to do them all. And that, my friends, looks like I've just unlocked a shortcut. There are games that are for sure day ones. Any Resident Evil, Doom, Halo, Mortal Kombat, and instant purchase. Most Final Fantasy games. And anything Kingdom Hearts if you're moldy.
Die, beast.
What the hell kind of... What's my spell that I've got equipped? Right. Oh yeah, I was trying to absorb health. Let's have enough of that. Instead, I hate these guys with the big spears. So I'm just gonna cheese him. Yoink. Yeah, sometimes if you kind of... I'm not quite sure what the criteria is, but sometimes you can basically like execute them. Hang on. Yeah. Oh, is that new? Is it that it stuns enemies then? Yeah, because I only got that when I. It's funny because when I got. Oh God, leave me alone! No, let me leave. Hate them. Right, where am I? Okay, so I reckon I'm basically heading back where I once. Oh, I should have ducked. Basically heading back where I once came from, and I just. Oh yes, because here's a shortcut. Shortcuts for then platforming. And another collectible. Nice. Where are we going? I was trying to just... Oh, hello. I'll take you. Coaxial June, the prostitute. Just what I've always wanted. I'm trying to get back home so I can give the... Plan is, get back home. Actually, I wonder if there's an invisible wall there. Okay. Just with the kind of things there, I kind of thought there was. Oi oi. Who's in the Confessor dungeons? No. Because I've kind of read up on how to get the platinum, and
those screams filled my soul with fright. Thou hast purged my fears and helped this poor pilgrim again.
Boom.
We have chosen different roads, but still, absolution awaits at the end of the path for thee and this sinner. Wherever it is, near or far, in this life or on the other side of the dream. Merciful be the heart, penitent one.
Well, I mean, there was definitely like Virtua Fighter went 3D, didn't it? Soul Calibur went 3D. Tekken went 3D. A few of them definitely went 3D. But yeah, they do seem to have gone back to 2D now. It just seems like an unnecessary extra element. Like, it's just not... I don't know. I don't think it adds anything. No, okay, yeah, Soul Calibur was always 3D. But I mean, like, that I think that came along during the 3D trend, I guess. Trying to basically get out of here as fast as possible. I just want to get home, give the guys a bit of food, and that's it. Oh, I think I've got to go this way. Oh, man! Oh, that's going to send me back so far. Oh, the boss room. Sent me back to the goddamn boss room. That hurts. I knew I was in... I knew I was kind of pushing my luck there anyway. I had so little... I had so little health, and I was trying to kind of... You know, like speedrun my way back without fighting anyone and trying to just like barge my way through. I had not heard that moldy. Although, as much as you know, don't get me wrong, I love Kiryu, but I'm not one of these people who will like, you know, I don't know. I'm not one of these people who's going to go and buy like go and buy a game because I've just heard clouds in it or something. Like it just doesn't. I don't know. Like I'm not. Yeah, I just maybe we can find a teleporter. Actually, that would be preferable. No, we've been this way. But yeah, I'm not gonna like go and buy a game because Kiryu's in it or something. Definitely not Tekken, anyway. Hello, Mr. Knot. Best save there, or well, rest there, just in case I die. I loved Soul Calibur, by the way. I'm not including that on a list of like bad fighting games, by the way. I thought Soul Calibur was really good. I loved that it had more like, you know, it had a bit more story to it than most fighting games. You know, actually, I'm so close to killing them. I'm gonna finish them off so I can get my points for it. Alright, here we are, the patio of the silent steps. And now the old guy's moved on. I think that might have been his last step, actually. And so I think he might be waiting for me in like that tomb or whatever. I mostly play as Noct. Oh my god, Noctis is in is Noctis in Tekken 7. That is absolutely mental. Have Tekken 7 just like sold their souls now? Or Tekken rather. I mean, what is this thing with like... I mean, I already think it's a little bit weird when you've got stuff like... oh, I can't get back this way. I already think it's a little bit weird when you've got stuff like... I don't know, like Robocop or Terminator. But that's kind of... I forgive that because... You know, Robocop hasn't got a game. Kind of, you know, it's not like he's been stolen from another game. But it does seem weird to start like... I mean, it's Smash Bros, isn't it? It's the Smash Bros effect. It's trying to kind of appeal to everyone by going, look, we've got Final Fantasy people and Fire Emblem and Mario and Sonic. Like, you've got to like at least one of them. Soul Calibur was great, but you're talking about the ones who started the trend, which were nice. Like Tekken over... Yeah. I was never a big fan of Tekken. Although, again, I was never that big of a fan of... I've never been that big of a fan of fighting games. Full stop. The Olaf Seeds.
Merciful be, penitent one.
Oh, 5,000 Tears of Atonement for that. Right, I'm going to find myself a save point, which is right here, and then I'm going to save, and we're going to end it. We've done loads, though, today. We really have. Like, got, yeah. Like, I mean, the map is, you can see in the top left corner, 56% done. So we've visited 56% of the game. 4 bosses down, I think. Yeah, the 3 and then the 1. There's not that many bosses to go. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of collectibles to go and stuff. But, you know, I'll do some of them off camera. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. Because the main things I want to basically show off to you guys how good the game is. So you're not that interested, probably, in me collecting cherubs. Whereas I want to show off the cool bosses and all that stuff. And yeah, and I may well, you know, if people are interested, then I may well do the DLC as well. That would be completely blind, by the way. I've never done the DLC before. So, blind, and it's harder than the rest of the game. So that would be, even though I'm kind of cruising through this nice and easy, that might be the one, that might be the time where you get your rage. The rage that everyone wants. Right, so I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. It's 2 AM for me. Have a good night. I will see you, or some of you, hopefully, tomorrow, when we're going to be finishing Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, the DLC can only be played in New Game Plus. Yeah, so I figured, you know, I'm gonna, because I wanted to try the Torment mode, but I figured I wanted to try it on a save game where I'd got everything. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm gonna go into like the DLC and the hard mode, then I want to do it on a save file where I've 100%'d it, because then I've got, you know, max health, max magic, all my attack damage, all the possible spells I can choose, and all, you know, I've got everything at my disposal to give myself the best chance of doing it. Yeah, so Final Fantasy IV tomorrow. Probably only going to be like a half-an-hour stream. I'm just fighting the endgame boss, and then that's it. But easier said than done. I don't know. Have a good night, guys. I will see some of you tomorrow. Bye-bye.